Bad Robot show, Almost Human, is really good.
Almost
Really?
Human? Huh.
It's just really
I'll
good.
have to check it. Is it? What's it about? Are they like werewolves?
Um, what?
Are they werewolves?
Oh no.
No, that was Being Human. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Being Human. That was the
That
that
was
was a
kind of.
BBC show, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was kind of crappy.
Yeah, it had its moments, but yeah.
Yeah. Too many
But
love
no,
triangles.
Almost Human is a futuristic cop drama.
Oh, I
Um,
heard a commercial for that on the radio the other day, which, by the
Yeah.
way, makes me sound like I'm from 1985.
um, Carl Urban is the lead in it.
Oh,
Hmm.
Kind of a fan. Like
Well, yeah,
I
Red.
I mean, he's no
The
Mark
mo-
Strong, but he's pretty great.
he's fantastic. He's fantastic. I think he's almost a level of an Oliphant.
Mm.
Wow.
I am an Ola fan.
Yes, we are. No, essentially, it's every human cop is paired up with like a cybernetic one,
Oh, I do
cybernetic
know.
one,
Yeah.
and let me see the whole premise of the show is it's pretty much cops and robbers type of thing, except the A or not the AI, like the robot units are gonna make like ridiculously strict calls on stuff.
Yeah.
And he was trying to save his partner, and the robot's just like, "No, dude, he's done. We're out." And he just takes off, and he tries to save him. Gets his leg blown off, and everything dies. So he doesn't trust these things at all. Like his first day back to work after he gets his leg blown off, and that happens in that first area too. Like he's back to work, and he's talking. He's going with this other place in Chinatown where they're reading his memories, trying to remember, piece together what happened then, because apparently you can do that in the future.
Yeah.
I've been there. You can.
And
do
he
that.
gets caught by this thing, and all of a sudden he's in the car, and he just the computer dude's just sitting there drilling him. He's like, "Shut up!" It just opens the door and throws him out.
Boot.
Awesome.
So then, then he gets paired up with one of the what they call them, the crazy ones, but they're supposed to like mimic like human emotion, so they're a little more, not machiney, like more humanistic traits and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So you can
Or
actually
like
have
Data in like season 6 rather than Data in season 2.
yes,
Yeah.
All right.
he's far more
Now you're
emotive
talking my
and,
language.
and is looking for like can draw conclusions of his own
Yeah.
instead of just strict data.
Oh, he could extrapolate from incomplete data. All right.
Yes. All right.
There's two types of people in the world.
Yep. Yeah, I guess there are. No, but it's really good. Like the whole dichotomy between the two cops, and it's really cool.
Nice.
I'm enjoying it. Plus a lot of future tech stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to put the Mass Effect soundtrack on top of it, and it'll
yes,
be perfect.
Yeah.
We just need Thane to show up, and everything's all good.
Then everybody's happy.
Yep.
Oh, Boston, when you mentioned that Phoenix Project book, it reminded me I've been listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks.
Yeah.
I got the ones that Stephen Fry did.
Oh God, those are so good.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
They're amazing.
Yeah, he's.
Like, if someone had told me, because I listened to the version he did of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, I
Because
gotta
I
go
have no
find that.
patience for actually reading because, ADD.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, if I'm going to have someone read me a book, I want it to be Stephen Fry.
Yeah, totally. Oh man,
it's just-
he does
oh.
such a good job with those Harry Potter books.
Or
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that'd be a good one. He should narrate everything, as we know.
Yes,
Yeah.
including
That-
TVGP.
Yes.
Isn't that a title?
It is.
Yes.
It's in the
It's a
hundreds somewhere, I
Yeah.
think.
It's a title on the forums, too. You can earn it.
Oh, that's right. I'm actually gonna go find out which one it is.
Indeed. Oh, man.
I'm gonna search TVGP for Patrick Stewart.
Awesome.
Patrick Stewart.
Episode 155
Ooh.
hosts Boston, Knobs, and cameraman Ryan Pratt, with special guest Brad Fellers. Wow,
Wow.
2 hours
That
and
was a-
26 minutes. Whew,
That's a show. Did
that's
we just
a
lose Knots?
hotness.
I think we lost those knobs.
Wow, On Live was still a thing. Damn it, Knobs!
Well, he must have just fired up On Live. I mean, it soaks
yeah,
up.
man. On Live actually had a really interesting thing going with their On Live desktop thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like they never marketed it, ever.
Yeah. Was that... I can't remember what that was. I remember hearing about it, but
It was basically like... it's what Amazon's trying to do now with their, like, flexible desktop thing. It's basically just a Windows desktop with the Office suite installed.
Oh, okay.
And it was free. It was crazy.
When you said On Live desktop, I was like, okay, maybe it's one of those things where they like use a portion of your processing power to when you're not using it.
Oh no!
Power their services.
I don't think
I wonder if you could do that.
Huh? I don't know.
That would be sweet.
Welcome back, Knobs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to probably cut out a huge F-bomb.
Okay. Let's not do that during the actual show then.
Okay.
Stupid ass internet. Alright, are we ready to do this?
I think
good.
ready's a strong word, but yeah, I think we're good to go.
Are we conscious enough to record?
Yep.
Probably.
Am I ever?
Good point. Alright, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Over there is Knobs.
Hey.
And over there's the Hannah.
Hey, people.
Quick announcement at the beginning. I've finally got a little bit of free time to myself that wasn't involved with work. And I finally finished e1m1.com. So head on over there, check out the hotness.
That was pretty hot.
Has links to all 3 of the shows on the network, and has links to all of the general stuff for E1M1, including a RSS feed that gathers all of the 3 shows together in one feed.
Nice.
So if you want to just feed that into your podcatcher of choice, get them all at once.
Toss
Everybody
it in
wins.
Cool.
Let's get started. Knobs.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Doing all right.
How's the
Doing
weather
all right.
there in the old OH?
You know what? It snowed, but it's melting.
Well,
So
can't go wrong.
next week should be in the 40s, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't complain.
That's a good thing.
So,
Good for the people traveling home.
Yeah. So, what you been playing?
What's up? So I played some
What's
I played some Left 4 Dead for Monday Night Game Night. We had kind of a tumultuous game, to say the least. No crashes, no major glitches. An insane amount. No, that was. Oh, I gotta write that down. Never mind. No, I did play that and expert. Oh, okay. Anyway, so game night. Game night was a crazy night. It was a nice 4-on-4 battle. It was pretty much neck and neck the whole way. Like one team would pull up, and the other one would catch up. But I was always just behind everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We played Dark Harvest, one of the Left 4 Dead 1 maps.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
And we get to obviously we're under 1,000 points apiece going into the finale, and this is where the tide turned. I believe it was Tomsy had charged 2 people off as soon as they get out of the caboose on that train. 2 people off the side.
Oh, nice.
I'm well in the back, I'm waiting as a spitter to slow them up. I think they made it 4 steps out of the safe room before we had them all down.
Oh wow!
Wow.
They scored 32 points.
That's basically 0.
And I think we were behind maybe 15 or 20. And I was like, guys, I think we got it.
Do this.
It was like everyone was just kind of it was dead silence after that round. We were just like, I can't believe that I can't believe we just watched that happen. It was kind of fun being a spectator. I was just like, I don't even think I hit anybody with a spit. I think Donnie smoked somebody, or was a jockeyed someone up the other side, and then someone went up with a smoker. I think it might have been Tom Gamer. Got somebody smoked there at the end, and it was just like, wow.
Man.
And then a second before we even have medkits, Donnie's already out past the cars and everything already.
See you guys later.
He's
Gotta
like,
get
"Up,
those
see you, bye."
points.
Yeah. So we made it. We almost made it to the house before we got wrecked, but it was madness. Like I
Man.
just can't. Like, I wish we had live streamed that one because that was just insanity. Because it was they would go up, we'd come close, but not quite enough. We'd always be just enough.
Yeah.
Also during the week, I kind of hopped online to see what everyone was doing, and I see Tom Z, Donnie, and Moon are playing expert mode with the with the 50 cal meat grinder mode or whatever it's called. So we play through a couple of levels. We're kind of slowly working our way through. We get the cokes, put the cokes in the hole, go to the mall. We get through the mall, made it through all this stuff. We get to the finale. The second you take the elevator down at Dead Center, tank. So
Of course.
three rounds we get wiped. I'm like, all right, man. So then we all focus up. We get out in the area. We take the tank down. We go to move. We get a cam. We're just about to put it in the tank. Another tank.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Aw.
so at this point, you know what, guys? I don't have the patience nor the will to do this right now. So I'm out.
Wood.
So I don't know how much longer they played it, but I tapped out real quick.
Yeah, there's no way.
Because it was supposed to go horde tank, horde tank. Is
Yeah.
the normal? This was tank, 2 common tank, another 3 common tank. Like it was just ridiculous. I don't think that last round we didn't even get a single can in before we got hit with tanks.
Jeez.
Not even that first little gimme can.
The one that's like right next to it.
Right in front of there. We couldn't even get that in the tank.
Jeez.
Wow.
Stupid AI director.
Oh, that sucked. But I don't know. We all had some funs and some yucks and some team killing going on for just good measure. What else? Tiny Death Star. Pretty much anytime I'm sitting by myself, I'm playing Tiny Death Star. That's just a thing now.
It's a given.
Yeah. I'm not even building floors. I'm just hoarding money right
Yeah.
now. But no, that's a good time. I love the little stupid little cutscenes because they're just dumb. Like Lando getting his cape caught in the elevator.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they're just the stupid giant white eye things. They just crack me up. Yeah, so I played a lot of that. The other night we played. We had some Gears Horde mode fun. We rolled all 50 waves with Donnie Moonpier. Tom Z and Chunk showed up for the end of it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so we rolled all 50 waves. Done. Yeah, so we had a good time. Level 41 was a huge tripping point for us.
Really?
Wave 41, like that like the gimme wave. I think we got rolled on that 5 times in a row.
Yeah, usually because the wave 40 was a boss, right? And then
boss.
wave 41 is usually just sort of like, I don't know, it's like 2 dudes, maybe 1 ticker or whatever.
Nice.
Oh, I mean, we took down the Lambert Zerker, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Oh, we had common mode. Oh, common mode also works against. We found this one out. Common mode works against Armored Cantus. You can just run right through them.
Ooh.
And Berserkers. You can run across the Berserker and set them on fire.
Oh, man. That's a game
That's
changer.
awesome.
It is a game changer.
Oh,
and
man.
plus, and common it through the Lambert Zerker opens her chest up. Boom. Dropping little
man.
pennies of love in there. That's a good time. I still can't believe 41. Like we were just getting like tickers. Like we'd be sitting there and all of a sudden 2 tickers would be on top of us, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, 3 of us are dead. And just for good measure, there comes a boom shot layering right in. Like, it's
Just to make sure.
just to make sure we're all little giblets in there. So
Doesn't that game in it have a listing of how many people are currently playing online?
probably, but I really didn't look at
I'm
it.
curious how many people are still playing that game. Just like the general modes.
The general pop, I don't know.
Yeah, general peeps.
Yeah, because that game's still a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
a
was-
lot of fun.
I was happy that it's not here with me. I think it's in our storage unit because I would have been like, well, maybe I'll just pop in some Gears 3. Maybe it's just I just 5 hours later. Well, wasn't I supposed to clean the house? Where am I?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that just sucks up time. Like, we're sitting there, and usually, of course, we don't start playing horde mode till like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So we're up till 2, 3 in the morning playing this, and we're all adults. Like we all should know better at this point. We know how much
I
it's
know
going to take,
what time it is. I just
And
can't
none of-
stop.
and none of us are going to quit until we finish.
Yeah. You're
Until it gets-
dedicated. It's
until
not
it
a
gets-
negative.
We did get lucky on a bunch of the boss rounds, so we did get a lot of Reapers or Reavers or whatever the spider leggy things
Oh, the
with the two dudes on it. You know, little
Matrix things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the Sentinel dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good time. I mean, I really enjoy playing that game a
It's so
lot,
good.
a lot. And I mean, you know what? I just love active reload. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything pulls me into that game, it's reloading.
Yep. Which is
Just that little. So, gong show was so sweet.
God.
It's so sweet.
Oh man. I feel like that feature gets missed as a minor thing of that game, and I think it could have been screwed up so easily if every gun would have had the same active reload, but they're all different. So it's like this mini game within this game every time.
It's like the Lancer. You have that timing down. You know,
everyone
you know
does by
exactly. Boom.
Yep.
You know, and it's just hot lead just pouring out of that thing. and then like I accidentally picked up a hammer burst at one round, which they nerfed the crap out of that gun in 3.
Oh really?
That gun was devastating in 2.
Oh yeah.
I mean, absolutely. It was. I liked it better than the Lancer in Horde mode in Gears of War 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the fact you could pull headshots off with it.
Oh yeah.
And this one, it's a pea shooter. It sucks. It just sucks. I mean, even when it's, you know, got full on super ammo in it, it still sucks a fat one. It's just terrible. But pretty much now that I've done all the other like little challenges stuff, and now I have super reload, I don't need to use any other guns. Just give me my Lancer.
Yeah,
and
I'm good.
Fine. Maybe a sniper rifle if I'm feeling a little cheeky. Maybe grab a mortar every once in a while because that gun is just heavenly to use.
Pokeshop Cell in chat says active reload and Boltok pistol equals harmony. I agree with you.
Yes.
I'm one of the few people that really likes that pistol.
I like the big revolver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just one shot kills.
Yeah.
Like I love that. I love out of all the pistols in the game, I like that one. You know, I do like the little Kansas, the little rat-a-tat-tat gun.
I really like that one. The little like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh yeah, so like during that wave 41, since we had like all our challenge boxes sitting over, because apparently we don't even open these things now.
I don't even need them.
we just there's piles of them. I started popping them open because I was real low on ammo, and then found a Vulcan. I was like, hey, Chunks, you know, let's play with this thing a little bit. I forgot how terrifying the sound that comes out of
just
that. Yeah. It's exactly.
just two people take this death cannon.
It's just like a hail of bullets too. Like they don't even shoot straight line; they just kind of arc.
It just fans out in this arc. I don't think that gun would be nearly as cool if it didn't need two people. Just as one person carrying this ammo crate, and this other person just.
But no, it just looks cool because you have this one guy that has this thing that's taken. He can't see anything other than this hot lava pouring out in front of this gun. And then you see the guy just in the other side of the screen just going,
Yeah, just sort of like, hey, you should probably aim left.
Just rolling it up. And it's like I wish there was a mode in it that made it go.
I'm surprised there isn't some sort of you get all Onyx medals and you get to do that.
That would be like the best noise as this like going on the one screen. Like the Jack in the Box sound going on next to it. And once it goes to once the grenade's up, or once you're done out of bullets, it should just pop up a Jack in a Box.
Once it's done with all the bullets, it just kills
like a little Kansas head.
It just kills both of you.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Oh man. So we should make Gears of War 4. I think that's what you're saying.
Yes.
You know, even Gears of War 4 Horde.
Just give us a couple $1,000,000. We'll make something simultaneously really great and sick, and the dumbest thing you've ever played.
Yes.
So if that sounds good to you, you know where to contact me.
Yeah, we will have some of the dumbest mods in the world in that game.
Oh yeah,
Big head mode, just the tip of the iceberg.
yeah. That's
Laugh track.
you.
Don't bother
You
me.
get that by default.
Yes.
You just that comes in the box.
Only for 108K. Uh,
Zing.
anyway, so I kind of hit that point where I mean, look, I mean the 4 games I've played, 3 games I've played so far, all stuff I've been playing for years.
Yeah.
So why not play a game that I play almost every year? I started and finished Symphony of the Night.
Oh,
Uh,
well, why not?
Nice.
I 202%. I don't know what I'm missing because it's been a while.
It's probably the upside down castle. There's that part at the top where you have to be the wolf and swim to the top of the. It's terrible. Not worth your
Oh, I
time.
hate those little
Yep.
pieces.
Not worth your time.
Yeah, so it's done. I had a blast. Once I got the Alucard shield, I just pretty much ran through the rest of the game just because I could.
Yeah, I mean that plus the shield rod.
Oh yeah,
Nothing's stopping you.
no. And at that point, like I was dying at stupid points. Like I was totally unprepared for a couple boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one dangling corpse dude that's
Oh,
in the area.
Legion?
Where,
Oh
No.
no, the meat hooks guy.
yeah, the
God,
big
that
dude
one's the
that has
worst.
the giant bugs.
Oh,
They go. Wing.
it's so
You know
hard to
what I'm-
fight him.
There's no way to jump and hit him. Like you
No.
get like 2 hits. I'm like, this is dumb.
Even
I need
Legion
an
is
axe.
easier.
Oh yeah, Legion was actually wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in like one of the first boss areas where that guy is. But
Yeah.
like I had to get to that point. I had to use little diamond crystals and just dee 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 dee.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, that was just it
God,
was
that game
stupid.
is so good. I have to go play that now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do I have that on my Vita? Let me.
That's
let me find-
Dracula. It's in Dracula X is how I played it.
Yeah, I think I have the PS1 version downloadable.
Probably just as
I'm
good.
just gonna play with my Vita here real quick while we're talking.
All right.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
you can probably play it blindfolded at this point.
That's true. How long did it take you to get through?
It's just shy of 8 hours.
Oh, that's not
Wow.
bad. I don't even know what my best time is.
It was 2 sittings. To be honest with you, like I got
Yeah.
through the first castle, set it down, went to the second castle, and was like, yeah, I'm really not leveled up enough for this, and went down and just ran through the world for a while, just clearing out everything, make sure I'm 100% before I go upstairs,
Nice.
and then I pretty much ran through it, just trying to get to the Alucard shield, and just run through the rest of it. Because at that point you're borderline invincible.
Oh,
it,
Nice.
you're getting health every time you kill something or hit something. But it was good and tons of hearts, so you just start peppering everything out there.
Oh yeah, I should hook up my 360 to something and live stream that next time.
It's good. It's good. It's real good. I had a lot of fun. Like I just enjoy playing that game. So now I'm on a Castlevania kick. So I decided, hey, I haven't played Lords of Shadow in a while.
Lords of Shadow 2 is just around the corner.
So, and I was thinking about going to the store and buying the Ultimate version. I'm like, I already paid for all this stuff. I'm not buying it again.
I'm very proud of you.
So,
So I just bought 3 copies.
well, then I only bought 2 instead of my normal token 3.
Yeah.
No, so then I just fired that up. I played through the first 4 chapters of the book last night, and then today I'm sitting at chapter 11, and I'm only about 10 hours in gameplay right now.
The beginning of that game, those first couple chapters, really rough.
Yeah.
That first one especially, not real good.
Yeah.
But if you power through,
Yeah, if you power
man.
through. I think the second one ends with that twisty puzzle, right?
Yes.
After the second, after the first chapter, the rest of the game's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I just still am astonished. Like, especially while going up to the vampire castle.
Oh yeah.
I was blown away just by the gothic architecture that they mesmerized and just visualized. This thing is just amazing.
Have you seen
Yeah.
it on PC yet?
No, I was
Oh.
real close to buying it because it was like $15.
It's
For, I think,
super
all-
hot on PC.
Yeah.
Oh, because it doesn't have the same jaggy problem that the 360 version has. Everything's just smooth.
I just even on the 360 version, like I'm just astonished on the
Yeah.
amount of detail.
Yeah, the art style in that game. I know a lot of people had problems with the jagginess of the graphics. It's not that bad.
No.
But man, just the art style and the consistency of that castle looks like a castle you would probably run into in Eastern Europe.
Well, yeah, and it looks like it had been there for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Like it's old, it's weathered, it just oh, the arches. There's so many arches everywhere and pillars, and they're all engraved with something. Even the stupid wood planks have like this crazy design on all the connection pieces. And,
Yeah.
oh man,
God, it's so
that
good.
game is fun to play too.
I had a lot of fun playing that on the hardest difficulty. I feel like on the normal difficulty it was kind of okay. But man, going through all those challenges, playing it on the whatever the hardest one was, that game really shined. I know we've talked a lot about it, but I feel like not nearly enough people played that game.
No, I don't think so either, because it's still one of the best games I think I played this gen by far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as far as a third-person action game, it's. I mean, just for a complete conceptualized game from start to finish, it didn't feel like you're like the thing that it's a Castlevania game. Yeah. Um, it's just it actually felt like you went on a quest.
Yeah, it felt
Like-
really cohesive.
Like you start in this little village, and you go off to this, and you go off to the land of the dead, and then you go back to this other village.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like you're traversing the same areas more.
Well, and it
than
didn't
just
feel
once.
like, oh, I was just in the ice level 2, lava.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what? Wait, how did? Huh?
Yeah, even that, like the color, you could tell exactly where you were, like at every point in that game.
Yeah.
It wasn't your stereotypical like the ice and lava levels.
Yeah.
It was just, oh man,
Yeah,
and I
now
forgot.
here's this scared, broken down, half on fire village. Now you're in this music box,
Yeah.
which is still one of my favorite levels.
I
Look, you're
think
floating around everywhere.
Yeah.
the music box, like I just finished that one before I started watching the Browns game. Wow, I forgot how amazing that was.
Really great design.
Yeah.
Not just great design, but just I forgot how cerebral that puzzle was,
Mm-hmm.
and how you cannot get through that without trial and error.
Oh,
If
yeah,
we're-
no.
Obviously, without a fact, because you go wrong, you're like, oh, the carpet's green, so I should probably have the green piece of the music playing here, so I can run through the spikes.
Yep.
And instead, I got to sit through the purple music and wait for this to open up just to get stuck in a dead end.
Oh, I really liked that part. Man, that game
Well,
was
that
good.
I just and the bird lady Baba just sitting there just looking down at you the whole
Making
time.
fun
like,
of you.
Yeah.
Man,
was
that
good.
game is good. Everyone
my
needs to play
only
that
thing-
game.
The only thing that really drove me nuts is when you first run into the dark crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Is that chick just yelling, "You need 2 more pieces of these crystals.
I know,
Go
lady!
and find them.
Oh my god!
You need 1 more piece of this crystal." I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, just
Back
stop.
up off the microphone, lady.
I was like, I know you don't move your lips to talk, but you are in stereo in my brain. Just turn the volume down, please.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's fantastic. I can't wait for that last Titan battle too. The dragon.
Yeah, that one's so good.
I mean,
That's a boss battle.
almost every one of those were legitimate boss battles, and
Yeah.
it didn't feel like they were cheap in any way.
No.
I really liked the Lycan battle,
Mm-hmm.
especially because that's one of the most brutal finishes in a game or in a boss.
Yeah.
Same thing with the vampire chick, Carmilla.
Yeah.
I think her name was. I should know that because I just did it. Where you literally rip her through a spire of the top of that building.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
right.
Like, just was squishy. Like, it's... Not only do you stab her in the heart, you break it off. It's awesome.
You know, they actually did that pretty well in that game. It wasn't... I feel like they did it a little bit better than God of War did, Because God of War, I felt like there were almost too many of those. So by the time you get to the end of the game, you're like, all right, like ripped a harpy's wings off. Yeah. But in that
Yeah.
game, like you do that to Camilla or whatever her name is, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, sorry.
that was hot. Oh man.
I mean, even like I think I caught a video on YouTube, like like the 10 worst whatever brutal deaths in that, and obviously the Hercules moment in God of War 3.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that is just watching a dude's face just get turned into pulp is just is rough,
That's
but
rough.
I mean it like I think that was tactless. Whereas, like, the purpose of this, dude, she's a flying vampire. What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of beating a dude while he's on his knees on the ground.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
man.
oh, it was so cool. So cool. I loved running across that big, like, Archie thing, like, going in, like, the camera pans way out. You just, oh.
Yeah, entering that
That gave us
castle.
amazing shots.
Yeah.
It was funny too when Lords of Shadow came out because for the first half of that game, you're like, I don't actually think I'm gonna go to a castle.
Yeah.
I think this might be castleless, and then you make that turn a lot like the first Assassin's Creed when you look down on Jerusalem. You make that turn and it's just like, here you go, and it's like, oh,
You
wow.
can go everywhere.
Holy crap! Yeah, that's still one of my favorite moments of this gen. Is that at the beginning of Assassin's Creed 1 where you're
He's
on
kinda
your
walking
horse
on
and you
that
go
hill.
right over that hill and you turn that corner and that whole city and you're like, oh, that's pretty big. Oh wait, I can go everywhere in there, and that's just
Yeah.
one of 3 cities. This game is amazing,
Yeah.
Yep. And the game sucks.
and the game is a little.
It
And the
doesn't
game's
suck. It's
kinda-
just a little dated.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I know.
nowadays it's very very dated. Even then
At the
it was,
time, it was mind
Just
blowing.
play the PC version. It's great.
Yeah, just cheat your way through it.
Hey now.
But I can't say enough about Lords of Shadow. It's fantastic. All the sub weapons work amazingly well.
Mhm.
I forgot how useful the holy water was.
Oh yeah.
Now it's just like this little grenade, but it just you get surrounded by vampires, you toss a thing, and then they're all dizzy, and then you stabby, or you just beat the crap out of them because they just took all their health.
Yeah. Oh man, I really don't want to play that game again. I really don't have the time. I'm very much fighting against it.
It's really good. I think you could do it in a 15 or less.
Oh, probably.
Easily.
Yeah. On easy.
Easily. Easily. It's enjoyable. I forgot how great the narration was. Again, Patrick Stewart should narrate everything.
Yeah. Yep.
I've been noticing more my second time through, or my, I don't know, probably 4th or 5th time playing through the game, or actually listening to these things, how many hints he drops that he's not on Gabriel's side the entire
Oh
game.
yeah.
Yeah. When you play back through, you're like, oh, he was just really a jerk.
Yeah, I should have saw that coming. Right after I met him, he was shady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easy, shifty McShifty, silver fox. Like it's like you knew it. Like
Oh, yeah.
like that early on, you're like, you know what?
That's not
You know what?
something
The other
bad
thing
about
that
this
drove
game.
me nuts. Gabriel's never said thank you once in this game. Not to any of the giant animals.
That's
like
true.
this horse literally jumped off a cliff for you, and you can't even say thanks,
You
bud.
can't even give her a piece of carrot or something.
I think that giant eagle would have been nicer if you'd have said thank you.
Yeah, jerk.
Whatever. It's what you get for riding on my eyelids. Anyway,
Anywho, game's really great.
it's fantastic. That's it. That's all I've been playing.
Hannah, what you got?
I got a really long title to write down here. So I played like 3 games this week because it was, Thanksgiving, kind of busy, had a bunch of people over.
Yeah, spending some family time.
Yeah, but got in some more Splunky time, which is just, every time I pick up my Vita, I'm like, I should play, but Splunky's already open.
Oh, I've already opened Splunky. Okay.
It's never closed.
Yeah.
It's never closed.
Stupid Vita always running stuff.
Yeah.
I think someone in chat asked a question about Soul Sacrifice, which I did download and played for about 5 minutes until I went, yeah, but I really want to play Splunky.
I downloaded Soul Sacrifice last night, and someone in chat, Poke Chop Salad, is
Yeah.
saying that it's exactly like Phantom Dust, which means we need to stop recording this right now so I can go play
Yeah.
it.
I need to close Splunk. Maybe I need to just like temporarily uninstall it or something.
By the way, why haven't we gotten an HD remake of Phantom Dust?
Because it's probably tied up in legal stuff because it was published by Majesco.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably in some sort of IP nightmare, which sucks.
Can I just buy
there's
it?
there's talks of a sequel though. There was some weird rumor somewhere that I saw that was like, oh yeah, we've been talking about different IPs, and one of the IPs that was brought up was Phantom Dust.
Don't
Yeah.
toy with me, Hannah.
I'm not toying with you. I will find it
Oh, man.
sometime during the break.
So good.
Oh, I went and found Soul Sacrifice.
Hey, there we go.
Topical. So I played a bunch of Splunky. I think I did the daily challenge today. I was like number 498 on the leaderboard.
Nice.
Not bad. It makes up for the abysmal one where I literally, I was like 3,000 something because I took a step off before looking down and literally landed on some spikes.
Oh, I did that the other day on the PC version where I was like, all right, I feel pretty good about this. And I threw a rope down because I saw some spikes. And for some reason, my brain turned off for a half a second. And I didn't grab onto the rope. And I was like, oh, crap.
And I'm dead.
And that was, like, I don't even think I got any money. Like, that's how early I was.
Yeah, I've had that happen
So
at least
bad.
once now in the daily challenge, and I really need to, like, every time I'm like, oh yeah, daily challenge, and I just go right to it. It's like, no, do a couple of practice runs first.
Yeah, get your feet
Don't
back.
just jump right into the daily challenge. You're gonna shame yourself. And today wasn't half bad. I think I got to like 1-3 or 1-4,
Oh, that's not bad.
and succumbed to like I think there was a bat that like knocked me into something else. And those bats, man, those things
Serious
suck.
business.
And they're not even like the worst enemies to deal with, but they're the most annoying because they come at you at odd angles.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, all right, if I jump now, it's just going to hit me. I need to move back a bit. Oh, look, spikes. I'm dead.
Great.
Thanks, that. So that's been killing me, but enough about Splunky. I finally finished Diablo 3.
Woo!
Actually finished
Ooh,
the
I
game.
saw you.
It's a
I saw you
miracle.
playing that.
Yeah. So I got my barbarian up to about level 31.
Mm-hmm.
Up until I got to Act 4, I was literally walking, like sleepwalking through that game.
Yeah.
Because it's just like by the time you get to the end of Act 3, you're so overpowered.
Yeah.
I was just strolling through these dungeons, just killing everything.
Oh, it's a
in my-
boss? Ooh.
Oh, yellow enemy. Oh, wait, he's already dead. I didn't even see his name.
You and your friends. Whatever.
Yeah. So that game is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The story is very much, oh, look, a betrayal? I didn't see that coming. Gas.
Coat. But I trusted you.
Yes, completely. I totally trusted you this entire time. I wasn't entirely suspicious of your presence at all.
Yeah. Oh my god, the bad guy we brought back was actually bad?
It's never happened.
Oh
in
wait,
the
Diablo's back.
Yeah. Those cutscenes, they need to make a movie. Blizzard needs to make a movie.
Yeah.
Those cutscenes are gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And the story's like, okay, like, I'm gonna
Story's
put out.
fine.
The story's fine. It's not great.
It has
It's
the
not-
big beats.
Yes, and that's all they need for it.
Yeah.
Just flesh out, get some screenwriters, flesh out the story a little more, and just make a movie about something. I don't
Yeah.
care what it is at this point, Blizzard. Make a
a
movie.
Diablo movie.
Yes.
Oh, I put the diamond in my head in the intro. Title card. Diablo came back. Credits.
Yeah. But yeah, that game is fantastic. I
They
really
can do
like.
anything. They should do a StarCraft movie too, or
Yeah, they could. Dude,
I don't want to say Warcraft, but
That's already coming anyway.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
So that was your normal playthrough?
Yes, so now I'm gonna try and space out, do a little bit of a Nightmare playthrough soon, and try and because by the end I had so much gear. I didn't replace any gear that I had made, but I'm looking forward to getting actual drops that I can replace my gear.
Yeah.
You know, because that seemed to be sort of lacking in the normal playthrough.
Yeah, that changes, especially on the console. You're playing the console version, right?
Yes.
I found, especially on the console version, that changes really quickly once you hit the higher difficulties.
Awesome.
I'm on, what's the highest one? Inferno?
Yeah.
I'm on Inferno now, and it's just I'm all decked out in stuff I haven't made.
Awesome. That's good news because I've been just saving. Like I have like 45,000 gold at the end of this,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm like, oh, that'll go really far in the next mode, and I feel like it won't.
No, mm-mm.
Yeah,
But the
didn't
best
think
part
so.
about, on Inferno now, I'm picking up piles of gold that are like 2,500 gold. And it's like,
Ugh.
oh, that's it?
Yeah, I shouldn't even bothered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just that game looks so good, and I
Mhm.
really liked when you get to Act 4 and you're at effectively you're in the high heavens.
Yeah.
That I love the way they made that look.
Yeah.
Because you can really like near the end, it's clear that this was originally the high heavens and Diablo has come in,
Yeah.
and it's not just like, oh, it's just magically transported parts of the underworld up here. It's like, no, he has transformed this.
Yeah, it's really great. It looks like stuff is creeping in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just I everything about that game is just a ton of fun. I love just like tweaking with the skills and the different runes on the skills.
Yeah.
Although I get really uncomfortable when it doesn't work the same anymore.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
sort of like, oh, I don't. That's
the
different.
the barbarian has this really great cleaving move that I use to just sort of like keep enemies away from me. But I discovered that one of the runes causes enemies to explode and inflict damage on other enemies.
Ooh.
And I can use that to chain up these huge combos and get more experience.
Mhm.
So, like, my current tactic, if it's a large horde of enemies, is like I do this one thing that like basically casts a bleed on the first wave,
Right.
and then I do my like the crowd clearing move, the cleave, and they explode, inflicting damage on the wave behind them, and then I can just keep cleaving through this whole pack of
Oh,
enemies.
man.
It's disgusting. And then for like the bigger enemies, I have just the single targeted attack, and like they're down in like 2-3 hits.
Wow.
And I know that's going to change drastically in the next mode, but I can't wait to see like how my tactics evolve.
Yeah.
I really like the Berserker in this game because it's hard not to just rush in a game like this. You want to be in the middle of that melee, you want to be in the center of the screen, you want to see where all your enemies are at. And I feel like if I go Demon Hunter, I'm going to lose that a lot.
Yeah, you
'cause
lose
you're
a
gonna
lot
need to
of
be
that.
off on. Yeah. And I'm definitely interested in trying the other characters, but the Barbarian's kind of spoiled me. He's very
Yeah.
it's just you're right in the middle of everything, and you can do you don't have to worry about defense. Like I didn't have a shield. Why would I need one? I'm
Yeah.
swinging a giant two-handed axe
Yeah. I think
at a
actually,
rate that should tear my rotator cuffs out of my shoulders.
Yeah. I think you'd actually like the monk because
Yeah.
they do the same thing where they're really in it and you get the added benefit of punch-sizing a bunch of demon faces.
Nice.
And I am really excited for Reaper of Souls on PS4. I already told
Yeah.
my girlfriend, I was like, when that comes out, I'm buying 2 copies, and you and I are sitting on the couch and we are playing through that.
Very nice.
Because I feel like
That's sweet.
if we enjoyed Borderlands 2 that much, I mean, there's so much. We needed to get it back in a Dragon's Crown, but Diablo 3 is just... There's so much game there.
Oh yeah. There's just and like the random generation is what makes it. Like I could
Yep.
go back and play Borderlands and Borderlands 2 a lot, but you start to learn those areas and
You sort of know
where
it
the
by
enemies
heart.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas with Diablo, it's like, ooh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill me. All right.
All right. I guess that's fair.
Yeah. But when I got to Act 4, I was like, all right, I'm pretty overpowered here. I think I died. I only died twice from when I started like finishing up Act 3 to when I finished the game. The first time I died was because there were 2 bosses that happened to spawn right near each other.
Oh.
And I was only taking care of one. And the Templar, I only rolled with the Templar in this game, by the way. He healed me. He acted as a tank. He was great.
I really like that thing that the Templar does where I think it's the 4th skill where you have... When you get really low on health, he'll rush in and like spit and like kick everyone back and heal you at the same time.
Yes,
That's
that
so
was a
incredibly
lifesaver
powerful.
on multiple occasions, and I could have used it where I was, but I think he was off dealing with the other.
It was probably on a
You know.
cooldown or something.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there like, what happened? Why did I die? Because there was like no clear indication of me taking damage.
Yeah.
It was a ranged attack from a boss that apparently
Oh,
got killed after I died because I walk over a few feet and there's a bunch of weapons and stuff lying on the ground. I was like, I didn't kill that.
weird.
Yeah, it was really strange, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll be on the lookout a little better. And then the second time I died was during the last boss fight with Diablo, during the third phase of that fight,
Hmm.
when he does that late lightning breath, like sweeping
That thing's
attack.
the worst.
I tried to get out of the way by following it
Oh.
because I'm a genius, and I like just took all of the damage.
Yeah,
Just
it just hits you every possible time.
and I'm like trying to get it, and I had just used a potion, so I'm like trying to dodge him until the cooldown pops, and I can use a potion again and like finish the fight. It was never going to happen.
No.
And like I could have like been, okay, I'll keep hitting him because I have a few items that give me life when I do damage. But I was at like a sliver. Like it's a miracle I lasted as long as I did. I was like, all right, I gotta start this thing over. At least I know how to beat him this time.
Yeah, that's a great final boss battle too.
It is. It's a really well done, and it's got the tradition. It's got the three phases.
Yep.
It's got you do it here, you get him down to half health, transport you to another realm,
Yep.
kill him there, come back, finish it off. I felt like in normal mode at least, like they didn't use the boss arenas to their full effect though.
Yeah,
You kind of stay in one spot.
Yeah, you'll. That's what I like about the higher difficulties. Not only do the bosses become a lot more mobile, but they also have new abilities for each difficulty. So,
Okay.
bless you. By the time you
Nice.
get to Inferno or
Yeah.
Insane, whatever the highest difficulty is, I mean, they're
Yeah.
pulling out some crazy stuff. They're pulling in ads like crazy. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
their stuff is happening. You know, like the very first one, the Butcher. He's setting the floor on fire way faster than he did before. You know,
Okay.
it can get pretty crazy.
Nice. Well, that's good to know. I mean, I liked the game. I think I'm gonna like it even more on the higher difficulties now that I sort of have like, it's sort of like WoW where you have to get your move rotation down to like
Yeah.
you have to your most efficient path to the most damage you can do.
Yeah, you sort of know the basics of your class now. Now it's like, all right,
Yeah.
let's go try and push it.
Yeah, and now like I think I'll enter into nightmare mode and I'll switch a few things up. There's a few skills I want to swap out, and just kind of mess around with it.
That's what I found. What was really interesting with Diablo 3 is and I forgot this until I was playing the console version, but with every difficulty I would move up, I'd have
Yeah.
to switch around my skills every time because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so more enemies now because for every increased difficulty, those blue and those yellow enemies
Yeah.
get an additional slot that they can have stuff in. So
Oh.
during I think it's normal they only have like 2 things. By the
Okay.
time you get to Inferno, they have like 5 or 6. So it could be like they're walling, they're jailing, they're teleporting you, they're teleporting. You know, it's like so you
Nice.
sort of you don't have to be a jack of all trades, but you sort of have to be able to.
Defend against a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, you have to get out of a lot of different things. So
Oh,
you're sort of
that's
like, all right,
brutal.
well, I don't have something to do this anymore. Maybe I should switch this to that, and then play
Yeah.
around. And you're like, oh wow, I'm way more powerful now. All right.
Yeah. I've got to figure out a good way. Like, I think I need a couple more moves to close distance on an enemy with the barbarian, because that's one of my biggest challenges. Is I need to catch that succubus. It keeps getting out of my way.
Yeah.
Right now, I just have like this rush move. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It might even just be called rush.
knowing Blizzard,
that-
probably.
Yeah. You slam into the enemy, and you basically it was a one-hit kill for me for most enemies, most basic enemies. And there's a couple others that I have, but I didn't want to sacrifice certain moves.
Right.
I don't know. I might add in a couple more that allow me to close distance a little bit better,
Yeah.
because I think that'll be a problem. But other than that, I'm really happy with like the move set I have. I have like a basic bash, the cleave attack, the rush, one that's just like a single targeted like slam on the ground that does like 5,000 damage right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I need to kill that thing really quickly. Let's just hit that button a couple of times. And then I have the one big devastating move that you always have to have that just spreads fire underneath me and just kills everything.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, that game is, I literally, I started playing it because I had a few people over Friday, and everyone kind of went home around like 12:30, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to bed. Like, I'm not tired. I'm gonna play some Diablo,
Yeah.
and I passed out playing it. Like, I cleared a thing of enemies, and I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning. I was like, oh,
Wait,
all
what?
right, let me finish this dungeon, and I'll go to bed.
That's what I really like about Diablo 3, though, is that
Yeah.
once you get the sort of basics of the game down, you can kind of turn down the volume and like watch a movie and kind of just hang out and not really. It's something easy to play when you just kind of want to chill.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that was my big accomplishment for the week. I beat Diablo 3. I was really happy with it.
Only 3 more times.
Yeah, only 3 more times to go. So just got to get to level 60 in Paragon 100, and then
Good luck.
I
I don't know how long.
by that
Paragon
time I'll have a
is.
kid. So
The PS12 will be out.
yeah. And the last game I played this week was, of course, XCOM Enemy Within, because I can't stop. Because it's too good. It's too good, and I can't let it beat me.
I can't help myself.
I really can't. I finally delved into more of the Enemy Within stuff. So the genetic modification is awesome. So basically, every time you like capture or do an autopsy on certain things, you can. I think it's actually done through the autopsies almost entirely. Instead of just getting more info on how to like kill these enemies, you can integrate their genetics into your soldiers. So there's 5 slots. There's brain, eyes, chest. I know there's one more. There's legs, and I think there's one more
Codpiece.
that you do. That's awkward.
It's just my cybernetic codpiece, baby. I can't help it.
Now, genetically engineered, the cybernetics are that's a whole different department that I actually haven't even touched yet.
It's my alien codpiece.
Excuse me.
It's purple.
So I've been trying to set one of the chest modifications you can do is a second heart. What that does
Doctor
is
Who business here.
yeah, right. It basically forces your soldiers, if they get killed, they don't die. It gives them 2 extra turns before they bleed out, and they only get critically wounded.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm like as fast as I possibly can putting that on every single soldier.
That's just SOP for everyone.
Yeah, like everyone has to have that one. I don't even know what the other chest modification is.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Man
say
boobs.
Yeah, that's the less popular option, but it's still out there.
Yeah. So you've got the two leg, and there's 2 for each like area. So you've got the leg modification. Oh, just remember the other one. It's skin.
Ew.
So
it's basically.
Did you say you?
So it's basically the first Syndicate game.
sort of, yeah. So you can have skin that emits like this electrostatic or something, and it reveals those hidden enemies that I was having problems with last week.
Oh, it's all coming together now.
And then you can replicate that stealth technology with mimetic skin, and so I've got 2 snipers that no one ever sees,
Nice.
and it's the best.
Man, I need to get this.
Yeah, you really do.
Oh man.
So the leg ones are, one of them allows you to get to like heights. So it's like a jumping one. You can get to like all these crazy areas. Yeah. You can get to all these crazy areas without having to have like the Archangel armor or the skeleton suit.
Right.
Which is awesome because it reduces the cost, like your costs for like the armor and stuff. So you just have to get to the point where you can manufacture Titan armor and just put your dudes in that, and they have the max protection, and they still have the mobility they need. And it's weird the first time I used it, because I was like, oh wait, why can I get to all these areas? Like, that's weird. I thought I had to climb up the pipe, and it just jumped up. I was like, oh, that's awesome. The other one is like a bone marrow thing where they can regenerate health, which I'm trying to put on all of my assault units because they're going to take the most damage, and if they can regen health, all the better.
Right.
The brain one that I have so far is like an immunity to psi attacks,
Oh, nice.
which is really nice. I don't think it's like complete immunity, but it gives like a plus 20
Oh,
against,
that's a ton.
which is enough to be like, all right, I don't need to worry about that. With the eyes, there's one that gives like plus 5 if you have high ground, like plus 5
It
to your
gives you
aim.
special eyes.
It gives you special eyes.
My
The other one is
brain.
plus 10 aim if you missed before. So if you miss a shot, it gives you plus 10 all of your aim.
I killed Knobs, I'm sorry.
He's not even off the
Special
lines. It's just
Because all I'm thinking about now is that stupid Mass Effect video where he's got those
Yes.
giant wiggly eyes.
Oh god, what are the other ones? They had
I have to be removed, excuse me.
yeah, and the other chest one I'm not even really sure of, but there's all these, and you can only pick one for each slot. So like you have to pick the mimetic skin or the anti-stealth skin, which is what I'm going to call it because I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to make those choices, kind of like the abilities you get. But it goes so much deeper. Like I have spent just a half an hour looking at that and going, all right, which one do I want to give him? I honestly don't know which one would be the better advantage at this point. I'm just going to do all of it. The downside is though, and I'm trying to do all the surgery in short bursts because every mod you do to a soldier takes them out of the game for 3 days.
Oh, interesting.
So you have and you can only do 3 soldiers at a time, which is good because otherwise I could have potentially been like, all right, I'm going to save, I'm going to do everybody, and then I'm going to hope that I don't run into a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's how my mind works. But it's been good so far. I've only had it happen once where I had like 2 or 3 high-ranking soldiers like not out of the surgery yet, and I got called to do a mission. So it was like,
Yeah.
this might be a little hairy. We got a couple of rookies on the squad today. But I haven't even progressed in the
That's meat for the grinder.
Yeah, right? I haven't even progressed in the story. I actually got to a point where I was like ready to capture an alien, and I realized my base structure was wrong because I had the alien containment unit in a bad spot. So I scrapped it and just rebuilt it. So like I have the alien containment unit, I have the arc thrower, haven't bothered capturing an alien because I'm having too much fun. Like I'm just stalling at this.
Don't want this ride to end.
Yeah. The Exalt missions have started, and they have started sabotaging my base, and it actually hasn't been too bad because I'm playing on normal. I don't know if they can destroy things. Like all they've done so far is drain cash out of my account, which is really just bad enough.
Yeah, that's kind of...
That's
hopefully
sucks.
that's the worst.
Yeah. And the cool thing is the covert operations. So what you can do is you pick an individual soldier, you give them a pistol and an item, and they go out on this covert operation, and you don't know what they're doing. That just ticks down on your event timer, and then you have to go extract them.
Oh, wow.
And the extractions so far I've played the extractions where you have to, it's basically, what's the term I'm looking for here? It's attack and defense. Like you have these waypoints that you have to either attack or defend.
Okay.
And it's not really capture the flag because you don't have to take anything anywhere. I know there's a term for it. I just
Domination.
Yeah, it's like UT2K4's domination, yeah.
Yeah, you just have to hold down these points. And it's actually pretty brilliant because there's the encoder and the transmitter. If they get the transmitter, they have to get the encoder. If they get the encoder, they have to get the transmitter.
Oh, interesting.
So if you're closest to the transmitter, you can just let the encoder go and just defend the transmitter. But if you're attacking, I believe you have to get both, which was pretty... I think I attacked once. I'm trying to remember now because now I think I may have just lost the encoder almost immediately because they all spawned inside the little area that can hack it. And it's like I'm not getting this. They're trenched in. I can't get to it. Fall back.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is if you send like a high-ranking soldier and you have the pistol upgrades that you get from the foundry, it's like having another member of the squad.
Oh, wow.
Which is, so you've got the 6 people that you can normally take after you've done all the upgrading in the barracks, where you can buy like the additional slots for soldiers,
Hmm.
and then you have the 7th on the field.
Oh,
So
right.
if you have everything set up right, all you have to do is sit there and Overwatch, and these guys will drop out of the sky and just die.
Wow.
It's like Overwatch. Everyone takes a shot at that guy, and he's dead.
Yeah. Well, every week we talk about this, I'm kind of impressed at how much they added to the game overall. I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were surprised when it got announced, myself included, saying like, "Oh, it's $30 and they didn't add like any more." It sounds like
This
they added
is a framework.
yeah, they added a lot more systems to it,
Yes.
which is actually really probably a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, and despite how much I liked this game in the first place, like just XCOM Enemy Unknown, loved the game.
Hmm.
It felt a little bare bones.
Yeah.
Now it's really just it's this big meaty game that you can just play forever.
Yeah.
Like you have to think of it more like a Civilization expansion than like a Warcraft expansion. It's
Right.
not going to be a lot of story. It's not going to be a lot of new areas. Although there's a bunch of new maps that have been really great. As a reminder, like I said, I haven't touched the mech stuff. Like I built
Oh,
this
that's right.
the cybernetics lab, haven't used it
Hmm.
because you have to sacrifice a soldier, and I'm like, well. And then these giant mechtoid dudes, they can't use cover.
Oh.
You have to be out in the open, but you have all this health, and you can. I think from what I've seen of the mechtoids I've faced, if you stand still, you can take 2 shots in a turn,
Oh,
which
jeez.
is amazing.
Wow.
And I mean, these guys aren't messing around, and I can see where the advantage is, but it doesn't suit my play style.
Yeah.
I'm more of a get in cover, keep everyone spread out so they can't effectively use a grenade,
Hmm.
and just take guys down with well placed critical hits.
Yeah.
Whereas the Mechtoid squad would be more of a just get in a good position and start firing.
March to the middle of the battlefield and start killing.
Which, sounds fun now that I think about it. I think maybe I'll try an entire squad of mechs next time and just, like, destroy.
Yeah, yeah.
But this game is just, it is too much fun. And I really, it's, as an expansion, like, I don't think I've seen an expansion add this many systems to a game, like you said.
Hmm.
Where it's just, hey, look at all this new stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Look at all these new abilities you can add to your soldiers. Look at all this new stuff that's happening in the game. It's not you just fighting aliens. Like like the AI is even different for the Exalt soldiers because like they're clearly behaving more human.
Right.
And like they make tactical errors, and you can take advantage of said tactical errors. It's like, oh, you're not in cover? Well, that's your fault. So, but yeah, I think I've officially talked this game to death, and that's the last game I played this week.
All right. I have been playing the hell out of Dragon's Crown on my Vita.
Nice.
I at last week's episode, I think it was, I was right at the end, and I beat the final boss last week after we recorded the episode. It's a really great final boss, really tough battle, a couple of cool phases. The ending is great, and then it immediately throws you back into the game on a harder difficulty, and says, basically, at the beginning of the game, there you make your way through these 9 individual levels, and then at some point in the story, you get alternate pathways through those 9 levels to open up. So
Nice.
each of the 9 levels has an A path and a B path, and the B path is shorter but has a much harder boss at the end. And usually those bosses are either multi-phase or multi-region. So there's one, you get to go fight this Kraken, and you have to shoot his arms off of this ship that you're sailing on, and then once
Okay.
you make it through there, then you can actually beat him. And if you don't beat him fast enough, he washes you out of the dungeon, and then you actually fail the boss fight.
Oh.
Kind of really neat, different things. So it dumped you back in there, and you had to beat all 9 B paths again, but they're way harder now because they're like 30 levels higher than they were last time.
Whoa.
So you basically just have to go through and get better gear, get more experience, go through the A paths until you're finally strong enough. So I went through all of that on hard, and I beat hard by the skin of my teeth.
Nice.
And now I'm on Infernal is the highest difficulty, and that difficulty is not messing around. But you get 200% experience after you finish it.
Nice.
And there's a whole bunch of stuff that actually unlocked after you beat the game for the first time. You get a lot more quests, so I finished all 50 quests. Those were a lot of fun. A lot of them were, go to this area and open up this hidden area by figuring out the little minor clues that the game gives you.
Okay.
And then there's this whole other area, and there's all this cool treasure and a lot of fun stuff. But the thing that I've been playing the majority of right now is this thing they call the something of chaos, the dungeon of chaos or something. Let me pull up my Vita here real quick while we're chatting.
Nice.
And it's basically this 9-floor tower that has 3 levels to each floor, and they're completely randomized.
Ooh.
I'm firing up the main map here. The Labyrinth of Chaos.
Ooh.
So basically it's this, at the end it'll be 27 floors, and at the end of each 3 floors you'll fight a random boss.
Okay.
But the great thing about it is, after a while you don't really start getting sick of each level, because they start throwing different enemies in the mix.
Yeah.
But what's great about the Labyrinth of Chaos is each individual area is randomized. So not only are you getting random enemies, and sometimes a boss will just show up for you to fight.
How you doing?
But it also changes the landscape too. So you get different background art. It seems like it almost is in the foreground or in the background of different other areas. And you're getting random bosses, you're getting random areas, you're getting random enemy encounters, and it really breathes new life into the game, because you can just go in and say, I'm just gonna randomize this entire game, and I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna have some fun. And it starts off at, I think, level 20.
Yeah.
And the highest I've gotten is I've finished level 5, and at that point it was around level 60.
Wow.
So it continues to get harder and harder and harder, and the final boss is, I think, level 99 or level 100, the level cap. So.
Oh wow! So what level are you at currently?
I'm at I just had it open, 60 something, 63 or so.
Okay. Nice.
Return to town. Yes. Yeah, and this game is really, really good.
Nice.
I'm continually really happy with how it is, and I've gotten to the point where it's sort of the same Diablo 3 thing, where I can kind of sit there and I know the game, and I know the areas, and I know all the levels, but
yeah,
that's okay, because I can kind of not really turn my brain off, but I can kind of enjoy just a calmer experience playing through. And
oh yeah,
with it randomizing and with all this stuff, and once I finish it on Infernal, I'm gonna try and get the majority of the trophies, so I'll have to finish it with all the other, not the entire 3 difficulties, but finish the first difficulty with the other classes, and it's just really good. There's a lot of game there for what started out seeming like it was kind of a brainless hack and slash co-op game. There's a lot of depth in that, and it gets really, really, really hard near the end too. If you haven't leveled up your character right, if you haven't done all your skills right, if you don't know your character, you're not bringing in the right people with you. It can get pretty hairy. So
yeah. See, that's what horrifies me about games like that, is where it has this really static system for your leveling up. Like if you don't follow one of these select correct paths, you could be screwed by the end of this game. Which is why I love when a game allows you to respec and really experiment with your character build. That's part of like I think that's one of the big things about Diablo is like you don't even have to really respec. You earn everything.
just flip
you just
it
have to
over.
rearrange it.
Yeah, there's the first floor of the Labyrinth of Chaos actually gives you an item that will let you respec in town.
Oh, nice.
And what's great is if you're doing the quests, each quest will give you at least one skill point.
Yeah.
If not, level you up and get another one.
Oh, nice.
But there are so many skills that you don't necessarily really need that you can just kind of say, all right, I really like how this one plays. I'm just going to pump all my points in this one. And as long as you bring either friends or NPCs into the game with you that will complement your playstyle, you'll be fine. So, because usually I bring an elf, a barbarian, and then a one of the dwarves in, and I kind of have.
Nice.
I'm playing as a warrior, and I have four unique different types of melee and one ranged actually.
Very cool.
It's so good. I can't stop playing it. I'm going to keep playing it until I get all of the trophies, which will probably kill me.
It probably will.
It was a fun death.
It always is.
Other game I've been playing on the Vita lately, besides Spelunky, is Tearaway. I finally started that. This game is adorable as hell. Man, Media Molecule can really make a game that's incredibly charming.
Nice.
It sort of reminds me of playing Super Mario 64 for the first time, where you're like, wow, this is really fun. This is charming. This is fun. You're kind of doing something different here. I kind of like this.
It's a heck of an endorsement.
Yeah, I haven't played a ton of it, so I don't know if it's innately as the same amount of fun as Super Mario 64 was, but
okay.
Using the touchscreen, both touchscreens for this game is so incredibly fun. One of the first things they have you do, and it sounds so stupid, but they have you. There's a squirrel that really wants a crown, and they give you pieces.
Of course, there is.
Of course, they give you pieces of construction paper, and you can do whatever colors you want. But basically, you drag with your finger on the screen to draw a crown. And then it cuts the crown out of the construction paper, and you throw the leftover stuff away. And then you give it a couple of jewels on it by cutting out whatever you want to cut out. And then you actually put that crown on the squirrel in the game. And then seemingly for the rest of the game, every time you see that squirrel, he has your crown that you drew on him.
That's really cool.
And, like, after the first set of levels, you run into him again, and he has a bunch of other squirrels around him, and now he's King Squirrel because you gave him a crown. And he's
I need to get a capacitive stylus if I get this game.
Well, it's actually really interesting because the touchscreen, I don't really know how they did it, but they did a really good job at sort of fudging what you're drawing on the screen. It's still exactly what you drew, but it seems like it does a little bit better of a job than maybe you did, but not in a bad way. Like, I still drew a really bad-looking crown and a really dumb-looking jewel, but it turned out really well. And then there are these... you get a camera very quickly in the game, and there are these objects in the world that basically look textureless. They're just white. If you take a picture of them in the game, then it saves... it syncs with your My Tearaway online account and gives you the papercraft plan of that thing in the world. So you can go to the website, print out that thing, and fold it together to make that thing out of paper in the real world.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And like, what's really interesting is that's not even really gameplay related, but
that's just cool.
Yeah, those are like cool, fun things that separate this game. You couldn't have this game on anything else, and that's really the strong point of Tearaway. And adding on top of that, the back touchscreen stuff, it's so much fun to see this digital finger poking through the world because you've touched the back of the screen and then dragging and drawing stuff around the world with your finger and then tapping the back touchscreen to launch your character up on these sort of trampoline little things that have the pattern of the back touchscreen in the world.
Awesome.
It's just like it's so many great things that are designed so well. That's like, oh, of course, that's how you would do that. And
that's exactly how you do that thing.
To open a bunch of stuff in the world, like stage curtains and presents and stuff, they have these little shiny, like foil holographic things that look like they have a fingerprint on them, and then you just pull the two parts apart with your two index fingers, and it opens a present, or it opens this thing, or it's something great that uses the features of the Vita in every way without it really feeling gimmicky. You know, like when first DS games came out, it's like, oh, to power this ship, you better blow into the microphone. It's like, I don't want to do any of this.
Yeah,
this is
the idiot on the train just.
Yeah, like this is the worst thing that humans have made me do. But drawing stuff and cutting stuff out on the touchscreen and tapping the back touchscreen and taking pictures of stuff in the world, that all feels really, really, really great. And on top of that, it has a really solid platformer.
Oh, good.
That I don't even have a jump yet. I'm in World 2 something, and they don't. It's all like back touchscreen to launch me from one place to another. Apparently you get a jump a little bit later. But adding on top of that, you know, a really good platformer and really sort of funny, charming writing without being too dumb.
Okay.
And it be everything in the world looking like it's legitimately made out of construction paper and like folded up, printed out paper. I really didn't understand how great the art style was until I got it in my hands on that Vita screen, and it just it really looks like someone just put this world together with construction paper.
That's
and
awesome.
Then every time that something new happens in the background, you know, like a picture book opening, it just all sort of pops up in the background.
Nice.
I mean, it's all little touches like that, and it's really great.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like what we were hoping Little Big Planet was going to be.
Yeah, a lot of were like Little Big Planet. It always seemed
close.
like it was. Yeah, it was so close that it just a little bit of tweaking here and there would have really made it a no-brainer. But yeah, this game it's so good.
Yeah. So I follow the Vita subreddit on Reddit, and I've seen a lot of people do like the customizations for their little character.
Oh,
is it the same way as like drawing the crown? You can just draw on it.
Not at the beginning. At the beginning, you collect all this confetti around the world. It's basically the currency collectible in the world, and it's just these floating balls of ripped up construction paper.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, you can modify your character to include extra stuff by unlocking parts with confetti.
Okay.
I get the impression that eventually, maybe in the second half of the game, you can draw on your character or change, how the individual parts look on your character. But I'm still pretty early. I've been playing a lot of Dragon's Crown and not enough Tearaway, so I don't know yet. But it's kind of cool that you can make a character that looks different from everyone else's.
Yeah, and I've seen like people are like recreating characters. Like I've seen a Big Boss one. I've seen I think I saw a Kratos one. Wow. There've been a few that I've seen that were pretty impressive. I was like, they have to be able to like draw on this, or like Media Molecule knows like the magic formula to create all these little bits that they need to customize their characters like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow that Vita subreddit then, because that sounds pretty funny.
It was almost like seeing those those created characters in like Soul Calibur 4 and 5, where you're like, how did you do that?
Yeah, how many tens of hours did you spend to do whatever black magic you did?
Yeah.
The last game I've been playing, Zelda: Link Between Worlds. I only played a little bit more of that. I finished the second dungeon in the world. It's still a little weird to finish a dungeon and get a heart, and then it's like, okay, you're done. And it's like, oh well, yeah, that's right. I don't get a piece of equipment anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just sort of like, oh, I'm done. That was the boss. Oh,
Nice.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So I really want to know how that equipment rental system works.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I have rented every piece of equipment in the game, and I'm
Okay.
just rolling around with an ice rod, a fire rod, this wind thing, the hook shot, bombs. I'm like fully kitted out at this point for like
Nice.
50 rupees a piece.
Very nice.
And I've only died once in the game, and that was after I got the bow and arrow. And
Okay.
I was being dumb. I didn't have enough hearts. I was just being stupid. So I lost that thing and
Careless.
then just went, yes, fearless. Yes, that's a much better word. And so I'm playing it a little bit more cautiously.
Yeah.
Because and that's one thing I really like about the game is that you feel a sense of worry about dying because
Yeah.
you have these 10 pieces of equipment on you that's either 50 or 100 rupees a piece to rent, and
Yeah.
he will just take that stuff away from you as soon as you die.
Yeah.
So there's still some stuff that I'm missing that I may just have to look it up. I don't know where to get, like, I don't have the dash boots yet, so I can't do some little stuff. I don't have I can't figure out how to get to the Zora's domain, so I can't swim yet. I don't know how to get to the third dungeon yet. Not in a bad way, but just in sort of the standard Zelda way, where it's like, I really want to get over there. I have
Yeah.
everything, I just don't know what I'm missing yet out of all of this equipment that I have on me. But it still looks great. Music is really great. It's all of the Link to the Past music, but just a little bit different, where you just sort of, it has the bones of that same music, but it has little flourishes around it that are really great.
Cool.
It's really great. I was expecting it to hate another. I think the last handheld Zelda game I liked was Minish Cap, and that was a long time ago.
And didn't Capcom have a hand in that, or like make it, and like
I think
Nintendo
Capcom
helped?
made the majority of it. Yeah.
Okay.
That game was really great. Not enough people played that one.
Yeah.
But it's just a solid Zelda game. It doesn't have any of the BS that comes with modern Zelda games, like a 5-hour tutorial and then bunch of people chattering to you about, you want to learn how to use the hookshot? No, there's only one button. I can figure it out. Like, remember how to use bombs? Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out when I blow myself up the first time. Like, just take the training wheels off. That's not what a Zelda game needs.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. The intro was fine. It was maybe only a half an hour at most, and gave you a little bit of justification for why Link can merge into walls now, which is real. One of the better things in this game is when he merges into walls, the music gets really far away and tinny, almost like the thing you're merged into is blocking the music, and then when you
Nice.
pop back out, the music comes full back. It's just
Yeah.
it's really great little touches like that make Nintendo games great.
Yeah.
And when their games can get out of the way of themselves, that stuff really shines, and
Of course.
it really makes it great.
Yeah.
So, just so good. I'm sort of, I don't know yet at this point if I can recommend it because I'm still at the beginning of it, but it seems really solid at this point.
So what is the explanation how he can merge into the walls?
So the villain in the game keeps turning people into paintings.
Like you do.
Like normal villains do. I've seen Bond movies. And you get this guy that's shacking up in your house, gives you this really crappy looking old bracelet originally, and then when the bad guy tries to turn you into a painting on this wall, the bracelet activates, and oh my god, it was magic!
Of course it was.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just kind of a cool mechanic being able to flatten yourself into the wall and then do like this like wide-eyed shuffle throughout the world, because it almost looks like not really a cave painting, but some of the paintings you see from ancient Egypt, where it's like this caricature that's sort of this blocky kind of thing. It's really interesting, and it's it's one of those things in Zelda games where you think, like, man, why hasn't anyone else done this? You know, like, why has no one made a game where you meld into walls like this? This is kind of cool. So
it's graffiti Link.
Yeah, exactly. It very much looks like chalk graffiti almost. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, I look at all the stills that I've seen and the couple videos I saw. It does look like total chalk.
Yeah.
Like sidewalk chalk Link.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a cool effect.
Hopscotch.
Yeah. But that's all I've been playing, so let's take a break.
Break.
Ooh.
I'm going to mute myself real quick, and I'll be back.
Cool.
Dude, I don't know what to do to fix this.
What is going on?
I don't know. Like, I go over and check my router, I wiggle the wire a little bit, and then all of a sudden I start getting blinking lights. And then it's like, nah, and then it's like connecting, limited, I'm good.
Weird. Have you tried, just get a stretch of Cat 5 cable and just replace all the cable.
Yeah, but I mean, it's to the wall is where, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough to replace.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I mean, I ran all this stuff already.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pull the cable out and re-terminate everything and just see if that's the problem.
That's so much work.
But I mean, here's the thing. It was working before I upgraded to this other modem.
Well, I would see if there's like people having similar issues. Like I been having a problem with, and I think it's because I have my profile on a memory stick that's going bad. But so my fiance will watch like Netflix off the 360, and it'll just cut. It'll drop the connection, and it only does it on the 360. I will literally be sitting there, her phone, my phone, and my Vita are all still connected to Wi-Fi and still receiving data. So there's something with the Xbox happening. Well, I find out today one of the solutions for this is to clear the cache on your storage device.
And you do that on a memory stick?
Yeah. So I did that, and we went a few hours.
I'm not crazy. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I looked up the error code that it was spitting out, and it was giving me this thing. People were like, "Oh yeah, just clear the cache on there." So I'm going to try next, because it happened again right before we started. She texted me while I'm sitting here, and she's like, "Hey, it died again." So what I'm going to try and do is move my profile from the memory stick back to the hard drive and see if that's the issue. But it's one of those things. I like to keep my profile on the memory stick, because if I'm, going to a buddy's house, I can just grab it and go.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. And my router's a piece of crap. It's this little Belkin N150, and I have to, when the modem dies or like the power goes out or something, if the modem connection gets lost, I don't have to just restart my router. I have to restart it. I have to restore it to factory default settings. I have to re-upload because I keep a copy of my configuration file, because I have to do this so constantly. I have to re-upload the configuration file to the router. I have to reinitialize the configuration file, and then I have to restart the router again, and then maybe it'll work.
Yeah, I think I just got to get someone who knows what the fuck they're doing to figure this out, because apparently this is beyond my skill set.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly convinced that no one really knows what they're doing when it comes to networking and routing. They're all just pretending.
Well, yeah,
that's my reigning theory, because I just don't get it at all.
Because there's no rhyme or reason why it worked the original time. Because what I did was I had the modem in my launch room. I ran a line out around to the router that's below me here. Ran a line back to my D-Link, or not my D-Link, my I don't know what the fuck that thing is. Yeah. Anyway, it's a little switch box. It's got 5 ports on it.
Oh, okay.
So I had a line, instead of coming out of the modem to the switch box, I had to go bounce it off of this back to the switch box, and then ran one up to this router, and then one ran to the wireless router on the other side, and then branched everything off, hardwired off of that, and it
Wow.
worked.
I don't know how, but wow.
It makes no sense to me at all, but it worked. So now this router's got 4 hot points on the back of it, so we can plug 4 devices in.
Okay.
But if I have my routers plugged into it, that'll work, and the other 2 won't.
Okay.
For Wi-Fi.
Huh.
Fine. So when I'm playing my 360, I take from the wall into the 360. The 360 will work, but this won't work up here.
Ugh.
I'm like, what? All right, hold on.
Doesn't
a
make
second.
sense, but whatever.
Yeah. So like I'm playing with I don't know how many wire configuration. I've lost it at this point. But
That's crazy.
I was get someone, hey, fucking fix it.
Yeah.
I don't care what magic you do. If you fix it, write it down so I can fix it when you're done.
Yeah. Write down whatever networking runes you had to use.
Use chicken blood.
Yeah. Hey, Boston, check the Skype chat. I sent you the article where they mentioned the Phantom Dust thing.
Oh, cool.
It's Silicon Era, so...
Yeah, I love Silicon Era.
Yeah. Oh, man. And there's another article, actually, that I saw that was sort of along the same lines. It had a quote that was very... It's just they're talking about like bringing the Xbox One to Japan, and what games would really set it off, and like they're talking about resurrecting Phantom Dust for that purpose, which would be awesome.
I can't argue with that.
All right.
Oh, Microsoft owns the IP. Interesting.
Oh, really? That's surprising. Yeah, Majesco only published it, so yeah. Come on, Microsoft, let's get on it.
I miss Majesco.
Yeah, they put out some weird stuff.
I think, aren't they still around?
They think they're like a shell of their former self.
They're just like a publishing name.
Yeah, I think it's like saying Interplay is still around.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things where it was like, there for a while it looked like everything came from Bizarre Creations or Majesco and stuff like that. Where like, oh yeah, these guys make good stuff. Why not?
Yep.
A grin for all of a game.
Poor Grin.
Man, talk about a company biting off way more than they can handle.
Yeah, and allegedly they were making that Final Fantasy XII sequel.
Yeah.
That never really panned out.
Yeah.
I mean, the IPs that they got. I mean, Wanted wasn't a bad game. They did a great job on how to make that game playable, like with the curve and the bullets and stuff. And I mean, it was neat. Like that one first area where you were in the plane as it's falling, crashing down. You're like curving bullets around these little bins and stuff. That was awesome. Bionic Commando was so close to being a really good game.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, the look, it nailed so many good bullet points. But when it came down to the actual gameplay, it wasn't what they billed it was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phantom Dust came out in 2005, and its MSRP was $20.
Yeah,
I forgot.
That's why I picked it up. It was like this budget game, and everyone was like, "Dude, get it, just get it." It's only $20.
That's what everyone kept saying. That's the reason why I picked it up. Everyone's like, "Look, it's only $20. You need to get this game, whatever you do."
Yeah.
All right, it's only $20. Whatever.
I think it's sitting back there.
Yeah. Oh, God, that game was so good. Never finished it, but it was really good.
Yeah, I never really finished a few of those games like that. Yeah. Oh well. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Where are our show notes? There they are.
Look at all that game coming out this week.
Yeah.
Technically games, but only technically.
Yeah.
Got an itch. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Yup.
Alrighty. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases. U.S. release for the week of December 2nd, 12th month of the year for 2013. Rainbow Moon for PlayStation Network Vita, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. That was supposed to be a pretty interesting kind of old school style RPG.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Indeed. Yeah. And Gran Turismo 6 for PlayStation 3.
That thing has about a bajillion cars in it, and has the Mars rover in it. You can drive that.
Awesome.
Why not?
You ever
Sold.
wanted to do that? You can.
All I need is a lawnmower.
You know what? There's probably one in there. They have, I think, what is it, like 800 cars this time around? It's
I
something
don't know.
crazy.
Man. It's overload. How
There's
do
a
you
lot
expect?
of cars.
I mean, I thought Gran Turismo 2 was overload.
Persona Gold in chat says Guacamelee is live on PS Plus in Europe this month for PS3 and Vita. Yeah, so go get that.
That's a fantastic
The
game.
game is great at any price, especially free.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to news stories, and we have a birthday happening this month. The Dreamcast is 15 years young. One of my favorite consoles ever of all
It's
time.
a great console.
The Dreamcast, the thing I bought for Toe Jam and Earl 3 that it did not come out on, because that console died before Toe Jam and Earl 3 came out on it.
I thought that came out 99.99.
Dreamcast did, yeah. Wait, no. Maybe it's in the US it came out then.
Oh, okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so November 27, 1998 launched in Japan. Yeah, it was $99.99 in the US. I forgot about that.
That was a good day.
Man. Yeah, just such a great console, and just the controller is terrible. Unequivocally really bad, but the amount of you could pick up virtually any game for that console, even blind, and it would probably be a really great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I remember looking through the Edge review sheets, like at the back half of the magazine, or the Next Gen. That was it.
Yeah.
They had it, and there was like you would see so many 5 stars on the Dreamcast section.
Yep.
Same thing with early GameCube. Almost everything for was 5 stars. But I don't think I've ever seen a reviewed catalog that well.
No, it's just something about Sega, especially Sega's sort of subsidiary studios like Smilebit, AM2, you know, all of those guys were just pumping out. I mean, that's where we got, Jet Set Radio. That's where we got some other games that I'm forgetting. That's where we were playing Soul Calibur.
2K sports games.
Yes.
Oh man, those were
2K
great.
was that's the genesis right there for the 2K sports games.
That was the platform to get them on.
Was the only platform to get them on to start
Marvel
with.
vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
We played thousands of hours. Not even exaggerating.
We unlocked everything in that game.
Yeah.
Everything.
Didn't Ikaruga come out for that as well?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Originally, yeah.
Originally, yeah. But no, it was that I wouldn't have got into DOA if it wasn't for the Dreamcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
DOA 2 was really great on Dreamcast. Yep. Man.
And that was the game you're like, what? It can't look this good.
Yeah, that and
just
Soul
blew the
Calibur
doors.
looked great.
Oh, Soul Calibur was arcade perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
you just couldn't you couldn't believe your
And it
eyes.
had that
but-
awesome quest mode in it too, where you're like, oh, okay, so I'll just be playing this forever then.
Yes.
Great. Man.
That was a great console.
Happy birthday, Dreamcast.
For sure.
You were pretty great. Next news story, PS4 Playroom app removed from Twitch. A lot of stuff happened this last week with PS4 streaming to Twitch. And as a result, you can no longer stream Playroom to Twitch. Mina in a chat says, terrible people. That's pretty much the long and short of it. It actually started out really interestingly, I thought, where some people were running like almost game shows out of their living room and like doing giveaways for stuff, and
that's kind of awesome.
That started out okay until a dude did something not so great to his sleeping wife on the stream, and now you can no longer stream Playroom to Twitch.
Yeah.
So
thanks,
Man
guys. Candy doesn't pull well on the internet.
None of what happened was good for anyone involved.
No.
So Twitch says that they're going to add the Playroom app back eventually, but they want to focus on gamer streaming games from the PS4, and it sounded like it was becoming a really big thing for them to have to go through all the stuff that was added from Playroom, because the terms of service for Twitch are you need to stream games or gaming related content, like this show right here.
Yeah.
And you can't stream, someone running Jeopardy out of your living room. Like that's not gonna happen. So it's kind of a bummer that, like normal, bad people ruin good things for everyone, but hopefully it will show back up at some point. And
kind of like knobs.
Yes. Sorry, knobs. Let's just keep on clipping here. Next news story: Double Fine gets publishing rights for Costume Quest and Stacking back.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about this not only because Costume Quest is one of the best RPGs you can buy, especially a really great starter RPG.
Yes.
And Stacking is really great too, but both of these companies released really great press releases. So Double Fine is getting the publishing distribution rights back from Nordic Games, who got these two games after THQ closed. They won them in one of those auctions. So Double Fine CEO Tim Schafer said in a press release, quote, "I am pleased that we have regained full control over Costume Quest and Stacking following a daring and top-secret midnight raid on the Nordic Games headquarters in Vienna," end quote. Which reminds me why I like Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
Nordic CEO Lars Wingefors also said in the same press release, quote, "We can't wait to partner with Double Fine for this upcoming retail launch of 3 of its most excellent games. However, I feel compelled to point out that we were happy to transfer distribution rights for Costume Quest and Stacking back to Double Fine in an entirely non-secretive and heist-free manner," end quote.
Awesome.
So, just 2 thumbs up for both of those companies for releasing. Probably, if we did an award for best press release this year, I think they'd probably win.
Oh, easily.
But also, if anyone hasn't played Costume Quest yet, it's actually really great. And over on Pup RPG Love, we talk about starter RPGs a lot. If you're interested in the RPG genre and you don't really know where to start, Costume Quest is really great. It's easy enough, and it teaches you the RPG genre basics, and it's really fun. It's really cute. It's great for kids. It's easy to go through and collect everything. It's a really great game, and I think it's super cheap now.
Yeah, and the DLC is also really good and seasonal.
That's true. It is.
Because it's Grubbins on Ice or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that game is good.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Next news story here: TVG PSA. Sony issues select password resets due to irregular activity. Sony says, "We routinely monitor for irregular activity, and if such activity is detected, we may sometimes reset passwords of affected SEN accounts to protect consumers and their account information." So it sounds like Sony saw some weird things happening to their accounts, and then just issued a blanket password reset for a bunch of people that were affected by weird irregular activity.
And I feel like if this weren't Sony, this wouldn't even be a news story.
Yeah, it almost.
Like,
they were. I was really happy with how Sony handled it. They said, "Look, we saw some really weird stuff. We're resetting your passwords. Next time you log in, you're going to get a password error. Go to the website, put all your account info in, and go ahead and reset your password." So that's the sort of thing you don't want to hear about it like before, where it's a week later, it'll be like, "Oh right, your account got hacked like a week ago. So if you could change your password, that'd be great." And someone else has your password. So
I don't think Sony's ever gonna do. They're always going to take preemptive action now. Like I think they really learned their lesson with that PlayStation Network hack that happened.
Yep.
And just, I mean, good on them. But like I said, it's sort of a if it was like anything else, if it was not gaming related, this would just be like, yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
what?
Exactly. Our last news story here is Sega says that Atlas can use dormant Sega IPs. So I can finally get that Jet Set Radio SRPG I've always been waiting for.
That sounds awesome.
See? I'm an idea man. Whatever.
Let's do it.
That's actually really interesting because I'd like to see what Atlas could do making some crazy Sega. I don't even know what Atlas would make.
Does Sega own the IP for Toe Jam and Earl?
No, that's sort of the problem. The company that owns it now is God, what is that guy's name? It's the production company for the guy, one of the two guys that made the game at the beginning, because the original game was only like 3 people. The one guy owns it, and he not really willing to make anything else with it. Tried to make a DS game, Toe Jam and Earl 4, which would have been really great.
That could have been awesome.
Which was basically just Toe Jam and Earl 1 again, but no publisher really wanted it. So
okay,
yeah, Toe Jam and Earl is kind of a risky proposition, I think, because I don't think people really understand what that game is. Maybe now that roguelikes are the new hotness, maybe that would be really great. Throw it on Steam or something, but
yeah, it really would be.
Yeah. Mina in chat says, let's just face it, Atlas is better at being the old Sega than any company out there. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
That's all of our news stories. We're going to take a break and try and get Knobs back on the line.
Sweet. Poor Knobs. So much network problem.
I'm just going to sit here and eat some chocolate then. Oh, and anyone watching this live stream, Mina yesterday was playing Dark Souls Blind. I would highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, God, the other Jay-Z hit me up on Steam chat. It was funny. I was actually carrying laundry up from downstairs, and I had logged into Steam on my phone to check the daily deals and like the flash sales and stuff. And I stayed logged in. I usually don't. My phone, I have this thing that like changes the profile of my sound profile of my phone, and it automatically puts it on loud when I'm at home between certain times of the day.
Right.
And so I've never done Steam chat on my phone ever.
Weird.
And I'm carrying laundry in the house by myself, and my phone makes a noise I've never heard before, and I just dropped the laundry basket. Didn't know what was happening.
Man,
it was really funny. But yeah, he mentioned it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I was working on as I should say on my computer and work on Dynamic Soundtrack, and the other Jay-Z hit me up too, and he's like, you need to get in here and watch this. This is really good. I was like, yeah, well, I'm in the background doing stuff. I'll get in there.
Yeah,
and it was really good.
Oh man, need some stretchies.
Oh, I need people to suggest to me what songs are really great from Hotline Miami. If anyone has any suggestions.
Yeah, apparently I'm trying to see here. It looks like Greg Johnson owns
Greg Johnson.
Yeah. Human Nature Studios.
Oh, that's a different name. He's been making a lot of games since then.
Yeah.
A lot of kids' educational games, which actually seem pretty good, and they've gotten well reviewed.
Oh yeah, you can see on the About Us page on their website, it has like Toe Jam and Earl, in this really cool style.
What's his name again?
Awesome. It's Greg Johnson, Human Nature Studio. I'll post it in chat here.
I got it.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm gonna post it in Twitch chat for everybody to take a look at. I need to go back to work. I've been so lazy these past few days.
I really needed a break. I was very happy for it.
I can imagine.
Oh, there's Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah. Let me show it in chat here. It took me a minute to find him. This is them right there. Toe Jam and Earl, and I don't remember what her name was in Toe Jam and Earl 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's the spaceship. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that took me a minute.
Very awesome.
Toe Jam and Earl 3 Mission to Earth. Letitia. That was her name. More characters and stages came out on Xbox Live. Interesting. I didn't know
Wow.
that. I'm gonna try and get Knobs back in here. Persona Gold in chat asks, is Pup this week? Pup is next Saturday. And I only know that because Mina said it is. She's much better at remembering it than I am.
Yep.
They're currently working on Doki Doki Universe. Interesting.
Really? That's kind of awesome.
I'm gonna look up. Oh yeah. Interesting. I wonder if Toe Jam and Earl are gonna show up in there. If you'd like more info or are interested in applying for work, drop us an email at whatever@humanaturestudios.com or mewantAjob@humanaturestudios.com.
Nice. We offer pleasantly generous salaries. I like that. That's a good way to phrase that.
I like that. I'd like a pleasantly generous salary.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
They got a pretty big team over there. They've got about a dozen people.
Let's see. I love all the little names they gave everybody too.
Mm-hmm.
Lead programmer and vampire hunter.
Formed
UI lord and all around nice guy.
Formed in 2006. Wow.
Yeah. Engines, rendering, and extortion.
What was this one I saw? Producer guy and world class marmot.
Chief Doodlebutt. That's my favorite.
Chris Coder Terse.
Which works very well for that.
That's pretty good. Meow.
One of the dudes is a planeteer.
Hi, come here. Are you just gonna be a shit? Yeah, I'm trying to record a show. Yeah. Come here, catface. Say hi to everyone in chat.
It's
Oh,
Kitty.
see, now you don't wanna.
Don't want nothing to do
You
with
don't want
this.
nothing to do with the internet. This is where cats live, Sam.
It's where cats are born. Or so I'm
This
told.
is your time. Trying to get Knobs back, but down out that barrel. Cat, you kind of smell. Mwah, mwah. Oh, that's right. There was that, man, there was that Kickstarter for, that Genesis art book that had some exclusive, Toe Jam and Earl art in it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to look it up. Documentary art book? Is this it?
Was it the Sega Mega Drive Genesis Collected Works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 days to go. Oh man,
man.
that package looks really great.
Oh man, they've almost funded 300%.
I don't know if
They're
the sound is
original.
coming out on the stream or not.
Oh, yeah, it totally is. Just unmuted.
Oh. Maybe I'll actually show the video along with the soundtrack too, because this video is pretty great. Whoop, there's some of the art that was going into it allegedly.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, this trailer's pretty good. I love that they got the Genesis font perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see the concept art for something like Toe Jam and Earl. Or just really any early game. Like, what does that concept art even look like?
Oh, wow, there's some cool stuff.
Oh, nice. See it? There was well, I'm watching on the stream, so there was a delay, but I did see Toe Jam and Earl finally.
Manufacturing plans and diagrams.
Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna have to put my money in for this one.
Oh, that's 6 button. Oh, that's 6 button.
It's the good stuff.
That's the good controller, man.
Man, this concept design artist. I'm gonna have to get this.
Wow. Hey, we got a knobs.
You're not gonna believe what I just had to
I feel like you're gonna pull out a box of parts.
do. No. So I had to. You see the box
We're
down
done
there?
with this trailer. We need to
Yep.
see this. Yeah.
All right. So I had to go for my wall connection, grab this box right. Well, not around the dog, but yeah, I'm pointing in that general direction. So, and the patch cable I had from the wall wasn't long enough, so I had to piggyback it off of this thing and get it into the. Had to turn my tower all the way to its side just to make it fit.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Some shaky cam footage going on.
I'm so startled.
Alright.
So at least I know my wall connection's good. It's that router. So I'm gonna try something else up here and maybe scrap that one. It's just I'm at my wit's end.
So for everyone watching on the stream, that's called the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis Collected Works. There's a Kickstarter going on now. There's 7 days left, and the book itself is just $48.
I put the Kickstarter in chat
There
for
you
anyone who wants it.
300 pages hardback.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good price for that. I have
Yeah,
to
Knobs,
get
this
that.
is right up your alley, by the way.
Is it in chat?
Yeah.
That trailer sold me on
Which
it.
chat?
The
I'll put it in both.
Twitch one. We'll put it in.
There you go.
That trailer sold me on it because to see like the technical design documents for the Mega Drive and the Genesis, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's hot.
Wow, look at that rejected controller design.
Nice.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna put some money into that. That's a sharp looking book.
Did you see the little Mega Drive thing they have, or not Mega Drive, the Genesis Sega thing they're selling at Target? Like one of the plug-in TVs, it has like 80 games on it.
No.
Yeah.
2 wireless 6-button controllers.
Oh wow,
I think it was like $30. I should have bought it.
that's not bad.
Yep.
Why did Pamela hang up on this call? Record.
That's not good.
Technology.
I never stopped recording, so it caught me running up and down the stairs. So I'm sorry if I sound short of breath.
That's okay. I marked what time it is. I'll just mute that whole section.
Let's get that. We should do an unedited version of that.
You just get out of the way, dogs. Bark, 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 bark.
Me yelling downstairs, I don't know what's wrong.
Why me, God? Why me?
Because I'd sit there, I'd watch the back of the modem, it would show connection, and I'm like, okay, I'd run upstairs and there'd be no lights. I'm like, what is going on?
Your internet connection is allergic to you.
Apparently, but It's full go boogie right now because it is hardwired. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna climb through the walls tonight and just hardline a new line up here.
There you go.
Sweet.
Problem solved.
All right. Are we ready to wrap this up?
Yep.
One piece of thing. Moon's dad passed away.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
that
sorry to hear
sucks.
that. Our condolences.
Yeah.
Yeah, it finally. Finally succumbed to the cancer.
Man.
That sucks.
I'm gonna miss playing games with Toothless Davy.
Yeah. Well, let the community know if there's anything we can do to help. Just put something
Yeah.
in the forums. I'm sure people will come together. Alrighty.
All
All
right.
right. On that
On
note,
that note,
let's
all right.
bring it home.
Let's get. Actually, I gotta bring chat over here. For everyone in chat, don't forget to put your stuffs in. All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about tweets.
Weeds.
Tom TV87 writes in. Just so you know, the PC version of Alpha Protocol is under $3 on Amazon right now.
Just buy it.
Just coffee isn't even that cheap anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Just go get it.
And you get some really glitchy coffee in that game.
Yes, you
That's
do.
true. And beards. How can you go wrong?
Super beards.
Beers, it's like airplane. I've developed a drinking problem.
Adderblack39 writes in, Yo guys. Yo.
No.
What's your
What's up?
most anticipated next gen game for 2014? Mine is The Evil Within. Can't wait to play Shinji Mikami's Return to Horror. For me, I think it's The Order 1886.
That looks good.
I hope that game turns out okay.
Oh.
That's on my list of games I have to have a PS4 to play.
Yeah, and I guess Watch Dogs. That looks
Yeah.
great. Drive Club. I want to play that. That looks sick.
Watch Dogs looks like a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm just irrationally excited to play Titanfall.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope that's the game I want it to be.
I between Titanfall and Destiny, it looks like we'll have kind of two really great sort of multiplayer co-op competitive things.
If Titanfall didn't have those mechs, though, I'd be like, it's just another shooter. But those
Yeah.
mechs...
It's the next.
I
It's like
agree.
Shogo.
That's exactly what I'm hoping it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, it seems like that game's still going to be pretty great.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I can't say Persona 5 because that's coming out on PS3.
Lords of Shadow 2?
That's last gen.
Current gen.
I know, but I'm stupid
I'm still
excited.
excited about it, but
Yeah.
oh, Mina, Infamous Second Son. I love the Infamous games. So
That looks good.
excited for that one.
Maybe I should play one of them.
Maybe. I don't know. Not a lot right now. I'm curious about a lot of other games, like Deep Down. Looks like it could sort of be Capcom's Dark Souls. Persona Gold says Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, I'm super. That one of the reasons why I'm excited to have an Xbox One is for that game.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for D4. That Suda51 Connect game. That sounds like exactly the opposite of what someone should be doing, but Suda51 makes broken great games, so I'm kind of excited.
He has a way of making weird stuff really fun.
Yeah. Man, a lot of people in chat are talking about Destiny. Yeah, my girlfriend and I are going to play the crap out of Destiny.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. It's Borderlands 3, basically, so I'm down with that.
Yeah.
And when is Borderlands 3 getting announced?
I don't
I
know.
want
Do you
that.
think
That's
we'll
a good
get it? Do
question.
you think we'll get 3?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people are saying,
after
like,
2.
Borderlands MMO, right, guys? I don't think they have the infrastructure to support that. And MMOs aren't doing so hot right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they could do something sort of like an MMO with Borderlands 3, but still keep the single player.
Yeah, Pflux in chat says, we will, but not this year. I agree. I probably don't think we'll see... I think we'll see a proper Borderlands 3 just saying, like, hey, it's Borderlands, but it's way bigger and everything's crazy, more classes, but 2015 probably.
I think the big change for Borderlands 3, and because roguelikes are so in right now, you might actually see it, is randomly generated areas.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would. I wish. My wish for Borderlands 3 is to be able to hop to different worlds.
Oh, I think that's going to be a big component of that one.
And
Yeah,
I hope
absolutely.
and I hope what you said with the roguelike, that there would be one world that's always different. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you could just see the shape of it changing from like blocks to this, like
well,
like that ship in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like it's just
Oh,
different
yeah.
stupid shapes.
I would think that they would probably go one step further, and every world would be randomized, and this world would always be like the jungle one, but the actual content in the world would be randomized.
Yeah.
Man, that would make it real hard for loot hunting though.
Yeah.
I mean, the sole crux of
it's
that game is
already
to get
pretty
more
tough.
loot.
Yeah, but it would
Yeah.
be more like Diablo.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it seems to me with how the market for MMOs goes, I feel like a Borderlands MMO would not necessarily be the right decision, especially
No.
with how well DLC does for the Borderlands games. Like, I bought the season pass day one when I bought Borderlands 2 day one. I spent almost $100 out of the gate saying, well, this game's going to be awesome. Oh, the DLC is going to be awesome. And it was.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
bought all the characters and the skins and all this other dumb stuff. So if you make an MMO like that, I probably won't. It'll be free to play most likely, but I won't pay microtransactions probably.
Yeah.
I'd rather get that great single player game that I can play with my girlfriend and play all this dumb DLC.
Well, you know what? I think that says a lot about what they would go towards. I mean, I hope they do. I hope they don't go a full blown MMO. But if you can still play that couch co-op,
Yeah.
local network, boom,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be an MMO, people.
No
All right, let's move on to emails.
Sweet.
emails.
This email comes from Billy, aka Bilsiford. Hello, gents. Hello, sir.
What's
Hello.
up?
First off, happy Thanksgivings. Hope you all had a great one. I did.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I made a lot of mashed potatoes.
Oh man. Should
Yeah,
come
still
over to
got some
your house.
left.
Now for a 3-round burst of questions. Question 1. If you could have any power armor from video game history, what would it be and why?
I don't
Something
know.
from Fallout?
Oh, come on, Vanquish. I want that stupid
Yeah.
mouth glass visor, and I can slide to my knees anywhere.
That's
Yeah.
true. Your commute
Vanquish
becomes
is
a lot
good.
faster.
Although I'm pretty susceptible to saying Samus's just because you can get all sorts of weird powers.
You turn into
That's
a
a
ball
good
and just roll to work.
That's a good
Yeah, you don't need bones.
Clean out the crawl space. Be a lot easier.
Yes. Yeah, it would be.
That's a
Oh,
good one.
man. That's a tough
That's
one,
a
though.
fantastic one, though.
Yeah.
It's not
Samus.
technically a power armor, but I would say Mega Man. Just
well,
give me that.
it's constantly changing.
Dude.
How can you go wrong?
I can go
Dude, I'd
Buffalo
roll-
Bill on Mega Man.
I'd roll around as Jeute. No, I'd roll around as Anubis.
That's true. That's more
Yeah.
of a mech, I think.
It's power armored.
Mech.
Yeah.
You're in the cod piece.
That's yeah, you are actually. Question number 2: which video game universe would you not mind being trapped in for the rest of your life? Super Mario Galaxy, or no, Super Mario Sunshine. That seems like a pretty
Oh,
great
that-
place to vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
If you ignore the giant squid in the bay, you're probably okay. Cat, you know you cannot get on this desk. You're losing your mind.
Even though to be
Um,
terrifying, I'd love to see that stuff in Lords of Shadow in person.
Yeah.
And then you're
Like I would love to sightsee, minus the demons.
yeah.
Yeah. I actually the secret world, because I would love all that conspiracy crazy stuff to be true just for a couple of days.
Pflux in chat says the Mass Effect universe. Sure, everything
would-
seems okay
yeah.
there, except for like
Yeah.
the Reapers.
Yeah,
The
except for
space
that,
seems
like,
pretty cool.
Yeah, but you got Commander Shepard. He'll save the day.
Yeah, he or she will take care of it. You can visit their
Shepard.
favorite store in the Citadel.
Yes. That I'd love to hang out with a Krogan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just drinking with a Krogan.
Yeah, he's got a set of quads on him.
Yeah. I don't know of any other ones. Everywhere else seems nightmarish.
yeah, like that's the problem with like video game universes is you have to have conflict. It's not a game without conflict, and
Oh,
usually that
dude.
conflict is horrifying.
Yeah.
Dude, Jet Set Radio Future.
There you
Come
go.
on.
Super
Awesome.
cool Tokyo or Shibuya.
You win.
Yeah,
What-
straight up Shibuya.
What do they call it? Like Tokyo To in it or something like that?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Some future Tokyo.
It's Tokyo Town. Whatever.
Neo Tokyo, probably.
Probably.
Neo Tokyo.
No, that's a
No, anything that has Neo in it ends up getting destroyed.
That's
so,
true.
No.
Neo Tokyo Tower. Well, that thing's got to go.
Neo Orleans.
Oh, too soon.
That's a
Question number 3: Stealth or guns blazing? Stealth.
Guns blazing.
Stealth.
Come on.
That says so much about this show.
This show in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Guns blazing. What are you gonna do?
I run in and I make all the noise and you guys just sneak around the sides. Whatever.
true.
I'll be the great distraction.
I'm an ideas man.
Yes.
All right, next email from Jeff. Why do you think there's an outcry against zombie games, and a lot of people saying they're over it or they're outplayed when we get a nonstop barrage of space-themed D&D style and modern shooters, and no one bats an eye? Personally, I love them, but I think people aren't tired of zombie games. They're just tired of bad zombie games. People seem to forget some of the best ones. Like, in my opinion, Killing Floor is the best multiplayer FPS zombie game out there, though they're technically infected. I think that's a really good point. I feel like zombie games were always like, hey, I want to make my first game. I know, I'll make a twin-stick zombie shooter. Right,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
I think it's that. I don't know. I personally have been. It's not just games. Is my problem.
Yeah,
with
that's
it,
true.
Is the zombie trope has been overused throughout
It's-
not only games but movies, TVs,
Books.
comics. Every piece of media I want to consume, I am constantly faced with. We need an enemy, zombies.
Yeah.
It's to me at this point, it's lazy.
It's the new...
You
it's
don't
like the-
want to write a villain, and you don't want to have something that can think for itself or have a motive because it makes your story too complicated. You just want to concentrate on one side of this conflict.
It's like
just
the
throw
Russians
zombies
in
at
the
it.
80s.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the
exactly.
token bad guy for right now.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, either that and apparently Nazis will never end. There's
Apparently.
always
No.
something with Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't... I think there are a lot of bad zombie games out there, but I think it felt like we as gamers were sort of immune to the zombie stuff for a long time, and then it was just a torrent of zombie stuff. It's like
Yeah.
it's like if you want to go to read any fantasy book nowadays, you can't get to a good fantasy book without tripping over about 50 really bad urban fantasy books that are all
Yeah.
sort of the same.
Yep.
It's the same
or
thing.
like steampunk fantasy.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, oh, there's a new game came out that has kill, death, or decay in the title. I bet it's a dual stick zombie shooter. It is. And it's on sale on Steam.
Yep.
He continues, also, just a suggestion for a quick segment to throw out there. How about the Vita Viking picks a game that's not on the Vita, tells about how it would be perfect on the Vita, and we possibly have a call to arms to bug the hell out of the devs on Twitter. By the way, I asked the Valdis Story devs after the episode, and they liked the idea.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a response from them. I believe they said they were focusing on other like sales on other platforms first.
Nice.
They wanted to see how the sales do. So go buy that game so I can buy it on Vita when it comes out.
That's true.
Probably
Do your
again,
part
because I'll probably
to help
buy
the
it
Vita Viking.
in the first place.
Next email that I just skipped is from Jeff again. Just a warning on Tiny Death Star. Be careful on how much you spend with your bucks. I'm still confused on how it happened, but I needed a communications room or something. And I saved up my bucks to buy it, but apparently I didn't because I ended up with negative bucks.
I did same thing happen to me.
Yup, you can go
Weird.
into the negatives. I've seen articles and screenshots of people negative 100 plus bucks. I have no clue why this is possible. Tiny Tower was so reasonable, and the same with Pocket Planes, and Nimblebit makes decent non-game games. But this kind of soured the game for me. It made it impossible for me to move in new people. If I wanted to be in debt, I would have just gone out and bought a PS4 on my Best Buy credit card, not play a game. That sounds an
Touché.
awful lot like a bug.
Yeah.
Because in previous Tiny games or Pocket games, they would, by the time you'd get down there, they would say, like, and my experience with Tiny Death Stars so far has been, hey, you don't have the bucks to do that. Would you like to buy some?
Yeah.
And that's okay.
No, mine hasn't. When I ran in, when I went into debt, I was surprised I didn't talk about it. But I was saying,
it's painful for us all. I mean, debt management.
It's the communications room, because I needed to build it to do a mission for Vader or something. I was like, hey, Emperor's asking me to build a new Imperial level, and at the time it said, you don't have room to build another Imperial level. And I just went ahead. It's like when I went to build a level, would you like to build a specific level? It's like, okay, I went and scrolled the communications room, and I had like $20 in my cash, or my kitty. So I was like, okay. So I spent the cash, and I went in that, and it was negative $17. I was like, wow. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Yeah.
But I just played the crap out of it and build it back up. So
yeah, you get bucks for doing a whole bunch of stuff anyway. So
yeah, just keep it open. Find the Byzantines when they need to be found.
Yep.
Like, I just gave a dude a box of smiles.
Why not?
And I got $1 for it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that sounds an awful lot like a bug. That you can,
especially for a game that runs on microtransactions based around those.
Yeah, I would find it. They're not a shady company. They've been okay so far. So they don't seem like a company that would purposely get you in the red to just be like, well, if you just pay $20, you'll just be back in the black. You know,
just hope that doesn't show up on your phone bill.
Yeah. Zing.
It's like, hey, you went in the negative in that game. You knew the consequences.
Yeah.
It's like Jeopardy. You got to pay that money back.
Yeah. Last email here from Dave, aka RoboPig. Good afternoon,
Sweet.
gentlemen. Good afternoon. What fictional universe of the following do you think has the worst games made for it? Star Wars, Star Trek, or Lord of the Rings?
Oh, Star Trek, easily. I can't think of a good Star Trek game off the top of my head.
And what game is your favorite from any of those?
Ooh.
Star Trek. I think Star Trek might have to be the one. Star Wars at least had the Super Star Wars stuff for Super NES. Those were good.
And the Star Wars Battlefront games.
Yeah.
Star Wars Republic Commando.
And
Knights of the Old Republic.
Lord of the Rings at least has Lego Lord of the Rings. So you can't go
don't
wrong
forget. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say you can't forget the first Force Unleashed game either.
Oh, true.
Oh,
yeah. Pflux in chat says the only good Star Trek game is Star Trek Online, and that's barely. Yeah. Maybe. Good Star Trek games. Good Star Trek games.
They don't exist.
Zero
there was one
results
with
found.
the ships battling. There was a ship battler game I thought was a lot of fun.
X-Wing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good Star... I'm going to do a Google search. Good Star Trek video games.
Don't exist.
Best,
And all the Lord of
best
all the
and
Lord of the
worst
Rings games.
Star Trek video games. Here we go. Oh,
Did
someone
you meet
said
good
Star Trek
Wars
Armada.
video games?
Was that it?
That's the one. That's the one I'm thinking. Oh, another Star Wars game. What's the Empire game? What was it?
Empire at War?
Empire at War. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh, that game was awesome.
Yeah.
So the best rated Star Trek game is Star Trek Voyager Elite Force.
What?
Came out
I heard good things about that.
in 2000. Was a first-person shooter for the PC for the PS2.
That sounds like all kinds of wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was really great. There are a lot of very stellar. There you go. There was one.
Cool.
We have found the one. All right, that's all of our stuff here. If you want to visit us, please do so at tvgp.tv. Don't forget to visit the brand new E1M1 site at e1m1.com. All the other stuff is on the right-hand side of the page. I'll let you take it, Hobbs.
Alrighty, and please join the forums. Don't forget to mark yourselves on the map. And join us for our community game nights, which is Monday night, Left 4 Dead 2 on the 360. That is 10 p.m. EST. And I think it's the first week of the month, so it might be Unreal Tournament for the Steam Game Night.
Ho-ho.
I might be able to join you for that one.
Yeah, I'm hoping to join
and that
too.
is TMP. Oh my gosh. That is 10 p.m. EST as well.
We are currently voting on the next TVGP Game Club game. There's a whole bunch of awesome choices up there, and you should head over to the forums and vote on that. Of course, Knobs is pulling for Bulletstorm. I'm pulling for whatever this time. I don't really have a preference because
Hey, Bulletstorm, you'll like it.
We'll see.
Yeah, Bulletstorm's okay. Bulletstorm's alright. But there's a
I
bunch
think you'll
of
have
other
more.
great games on there. The link to it is in the forums under Game Club or on Reddit.
Yes,
The
you can also see
E1M1
it on
subreddit.
Reddit. I'd also like to put another mention out there. Last minute, if you want to be part of the E1M1, I guess we're going to call it that, Secret Santa, sign up on the forums, let me know, because I'm going to start pairing people up this week.
Nice. And don't forget you can watch this dumb show super live, turbo live at twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. If you can't catch it live every Sunday afternoon, schedule's on the right-hand side of the page. You can watch it archived there or archived over on YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us in the chat. We'll see you all next week.
Rest in peace, Toothless
Peace.
Davy.
Okay, titles. I've got 3 titles.
Okay, go ahead. I got a few.
General Peeps,
General Peeps, I got that one.
Death Rain, and Cybernetic Codpiece.
All right. You got any knobs?
Oh, come on.
All right. I've got Tumultuous Game, Poppin' Little Pennies of Love, We're All Little Giblets, Rat-a-tat-tat Gun, Big Head Mode is just the tip of the iceberg, Squishy, Shifty McShifty, Bee Paths, there's a squirrel that really wants a crown.
He really
This
wanted
is
that
a-
crown.
I picture when you said that, I pictured the dramatic squirrel. Oh, speaking of dramatic squirrel, did you see that that video of one of the stadiums was using a dramatic squirrel as a distraction when a kicker's kicking a field goal?
Nice.
Dun.
Awesome. This is the worst thing that humans have made me do. This win thing. There's only one button. Wide-eyed shuffle. Graffiti link. Not everything needs to be an MMO. He or she will take care of it. And he's got a set of quads.
I like Cybernetic Codpiece.
Yeah.
There's one other one I kind of liked in there.
I'm really a big fan of General Peeps.
Yeah, I kind of like
'Cause it
General
just-
Peeps.
It's just a peep with a general head on it. It's
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
He's got a lot. He's got his stripes.
Yes, he does.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking about that.
About Peeps with a little general hat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he put his time in. He's seen some stuff.
He's career.
Also, he got microwaved.
I'm down for that.
I'd be okay with that.
All right.
Cool.
All right. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 319 for December 2nd, 2013. General Peeps.
2 stars.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching in the chat. Keep an eye on this, on the Twitter account and this channel over the next couple weeks. I'm going to record a dynamic soundtrack episode, and it's gonna take a while. So I was gonna live stream it because I'm a glutton for punishment. So you can
Enjoy,
watch
sir.
you can watch me record and edit a show at the same time. the same time. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Peace.